across the table from you. Once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. Oh, the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to get a level. And we roll. And we rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. We roll. Yeah. Yeah, we rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 We roll. And yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled a critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we roll. And we rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. We roll. Yeah. Yeah, we rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 We roll. And yeah, we roll. Yeah, we rolled. Yeah, we rolled a critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time.
It's John Cena!
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game, where you can hear us talking about Chinese restaurants if you join our Patreon, as you can actually jump in on the call before the game. We are actually usually on about a half an hour to a little bit more before the game, where we're doing tech checks and basically BSing. And you also get access to our live chat from our call, because
and
we put the
sometimes talking strategy. Sometimes we're strategizing and talking above table. Not often.
Not
I was gonna say,
It's a 50-50
I'll say, when
chance.
do we-
Usually if we're strategizing, we do that before session. Like, we get into the voice call, though.
I was going to
To be
say,
fair.
what we usually have is a bunch of time of Corey literally drooling and waiting to kill someone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when do we ever do text? When do we ever do tech checks during that opening call? Usually,
We
it's
used
us
to
and
all
I-
the time.
I gotta say, I do. I have to check my shit all the time.
No, we
Yeah.
used to do check. Bleh. We used to do tech checks. Like I just realized my mic's off on TikTok. We used to do tech checks all the time because I was still new to running all this shit, and now it's like I can throw together a stream in 5 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nerdy Game. Tonight we are going to be doing a little bit of Walking Dead. If you do not know, we play the Walking Dead TTRPG. It is an amazing game. It is made by, Free League Publishing, and it uses their Year Zero engine. This is the same engine that is used for almost all their games. It's modified for different games. Like there's a Year Zero engine is used for a game called Tales from the Loop, but it's a little bit different than this one. This is the same Year Zero engine that's used for games like Aliens. If you've ever played Aliens, the RPG, you will understand. It has something called stress dice. Stress dice are kind of cool because they can make your dice pool bigger. This is a D6 based dice pool with a attribute and a skill to make your pool. And stress dice actually add into that pool. But 6s are the only successes. But the only ones that ever count are on your stress dice. And ones, number one, take away successes. And if you ever get enough ones that you actually have more failures than successes, then something horrific happens to you.
like me.
And this game, if there's walkers around, that's when the failures get terrifying because it can kill everyone.
Well,
Because I can't hear you, Kel.
I was gonna say, remember the first failure I had where Liz had to bail me out because I went out beyond the
Yep.
gate while Coco was leading the horde to try and shamble him?
Yep.
Andy had to bail Alex out with a very well placed shot with an arrow that should not have been used on walkers. It was a practice arrow. And had I not had as many successes as I did, that shot would not have worked.
Look, I'm gonna say it. It's a walker, and they've been around for about 6 months. They're a little soft. Practice arrows should do fine.
They're a little soft.
I'm gonna say, as someone who has put practice arrows into 4x4 lumber with the
Okay,
right bow,
I'm not saying that that's not the case. But, like, even with 6 months in the hot Louisiana summer, like, you probably shouldn't be using practice arrows on a noggin. I'm just saying.
Well, and the thing you have to remember is that it actually really depends on the draw of the bow you're using.
yeah. And I mean, a 40-pound recurve is the same as about a 90-pound, like at its release, is like a 90-pound long. Give or
Yeah.
take a couple pounds. If there are any archers out there, I'm close.
Yeah.
I would have to look up the conversion real quick.
And then compounds are just broken. So
Yeah. God.
yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we're getting weird. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hyperfocus R Us. So tonight we're going to be playing The Walking Dead. We are playing our current campaign is called Jazz Funeral, and that is because it is set in New Orleans, Louisiana, and this happens about 6 months after the fall. There are two main groups that are the biggest groups of civilization in New Orleans. There is the Tower, which probably has the biggest overall population of people in it. And it is a tower that was a high-rise tower that was actually abandoned before the fall, and a bunch of homeless people lived in it. And after the fall, people basically retreated to it because it was easy enough to clear out and defend. And they
Easy to clear out is rough. That was 3 months of actively clearing out walkers.
Yeah, But they got to take it floors at a time. They got
Yeah.
to do it as they wanted to pace it
Yeah.
and everything like that. That's why it took 3 months. They were not
And they
taking
Yeah,
a lot
they
of
were
risks.
pacing it appropriately.
Didn't
Yeah.
lose a single person in the process.
Yeah, but say it's not like Rick in the jail.
No.
Yeah. God,
That was a
just
nightmare.
risked it all.
And so that's one of the big things is that the tower has the biggest population. Now, the tower is run by one person, Mama. And if she doesn't like you, you're not sticking around. And there is a group of people who are actually made up of folks who got thrown out of the tower. They're called the Reclaimed. Their leader, Jean Baptiste, is a nutcase. He is pretty much, he thinks the world is ending and everyone should just do as they want, full on anarchy. If you want to kill that guy because it makes you feel good, kill that guy. And he is basically also considers himself a homicidal artist. He wants to destroy the tower because he got kicked out. Everyone who's with him is either with him because there's safety in numbers and Jean-Baptiste has a lot of weaponry, or because they're just about as crazy as he is. There are multiple people in Jean-Baptiste's crew who are way fucking broken.
Or, alternatively, they're trying to just not die because that fucker is crazy as shit.
Yep. Trying to stay the fuck away from him.
Like that poor 19-year-old I stared down. He was just trying to live, guys. But wrong place, wrong time.
I feel no remorse for
Not
the
at
people
all.
Andy has
I don't feel bad about it.
decimated.
Well, I feel a little off about one of them, but at the same time, it was in the moment. What can you do?
It's fine.
Oh my god, I didn't even know this. We are using the well, we're using multi-hosting, but we're using good god, I can't remember the name of the damn thing.
Foundry?
Foundry?
Thank you. We're using Foundry to play the game for rolling and everything like that. Well, except for Corey, who's bought loaded dice.
I want to be very clear to any new viewers, if we have any. I don't even know how many people are on right now. Maybe one new person, maybe. I do not have loaded dice. I have used this set, and two other random dice sets picked out of my
His dice box.
giant thing of dice. Okay.
See, you may not have
I
bought
can
loaded
pull-
dice, but the
I
gods
can-
have turned them into loaded dice.
I can pull out the commie dice right now. Do you remember 8 successes?
I
on 10
remember.
dice?
I
I'll do
remember.
it. I will do it again.
No.
Right?
No.
Hey, I can lament the fact that your dice make it almost impossible to kill you.
Almost.
But
My
if it was-
dice immediately after talking to my players about how I will crit an unnatural amount of times, whether it's on the high end or low end, proceeded to prove me right. and the worst part was I was critting during initiative, not
Oh,
When it counted.
yeah. I was like, I can't hit these fuckers worth a damn,
but you go first,
but I go first.
yeah.
so you get the
I'll
missing
see.
out of the way.
But I will say too, though, it's only on the D. It's only when we do a D6 based system where Coco gets the
Just gets
ungodly
ridiculous.
amount of luck.
I mean, I did good with Firefly, but it
Oh, yeah,
really
but
it's
you're-
D20 systems that I'm not we've never played a D20 system together.
Mm-mm.
But when I eventually do, you'll see it does
Yeah.
not extend past
Oh,
D10s
yeah. No,
are the
sure.
highest I roll well. Everything else is gonna.
I was saying, even the Firefly one, your average was a lot more up and down. It wasn't just all
Wasn't
up, up.
It was
So
only on one direction.
you had enough back and forth there to be like, okay, the dice.
You're
are-
blowing the bell curve, man.
Whereas
So-
my curves is
Well, you don't have a curve. Your dice are just like your character soon, flatlined.
hey,
No,
I'm doing better off than Andy right now.
Well, yeah, kinda ish.
Well, Andy's
I-
just
You got
higher
such
than
an
a kite.
With a bad sprain,
With a bad
which
sprain.
we've taken care of. They'll be able to move in a minute.
So, who wants to recap?
I'll do a
All
quick
hell
recap.
broke loose, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell
So-
broke loose.
But I'll say,
Okay, I
I just I just recapped on my last TikTok that I made. I can do a quick recap.
Sure.
Okay. Not going to do it as a
Flashback.
yeah. I'm not going to do it as a
Dearly departed.
Dearly Departed, which is a mechanic for anyone who doesn't know. Though most
Really
regular.
departed. Andy's ankle.
Andy's ankle.
So
Goes at that point.
previously on Jazz Funeral, we had encountered in the small community of Lakeside Estates. We were attempted to be taken over by a group of the Reclaimed. Unsuccessfully, we went into parley with said group, spoke to this small faction's leader, Jason. Parley went well, but in the process, 2 members of the community died, putting the rest of the community very much on edge and desiring revenge. We plotted and planned and ultimately decided how we would do this. Things did not go perfectly, but we did manage to take out 4... Sorry. Apologies. We managed to take out 4 of the remaining 7 members of the group there, not before Mina, the second in command of this faction of Reclaimed, left to meet up with Jason to discuss things that needed to be discussed. Meanwhile, 2 of the other members stole one of the children of the of people from the community and ran off into the apocalypse. We had 2 other members of the community follow them, track them down. Meanwhile, Andy started looking through the former leader of the group, Mariana's, personal belongings in their safe room in their house, discovering they are actually part of a DoD. They are connected in some way to a former Department of Defense group doing some kind of research out here in the apocalypse. Through some lucky rolls, I noticed there was a tower nearby that had... you want to fight, Kel? Lucky rolls. I saw those air quotes. Long and short, saw a rifle and a spotter scope up in a tower, decided, hey, there also noticed there were some relay dishes on the tower and said, we need to go check that out and see who's been looking at us. Upon making our way to the tower, we found a lot of shell casings and a lot of dead walkers. Realized we wanted to go up to the top. Elevator did not work. There was a rig that could let us go up, but it seemed more dangerous than it should have been, so we decided to climb. We climbed up the tower. There were some bad rolls, and somebody sprained their ankle pretty bad, and the other person got their face bashed into the railing. I caught the other people. I helped to catch Miss little sprained ankle Andy here. We made our way onto the 7th floor, made our way into one of the residences of this formerly assisted living center, finding a lovely couple who decided to take their way out, find their way out on their own terms. And whilst in here, we received a call, having kept in radio communication with both the larger group of community members who were escaping to a new safe house before trying to exit the area, and the 2 people going after the girl. We were called, but we were made contact with the smaller group going after to save the kidnapped child, where we were informed things went well, but they were intercepted by the very same people who were formerly in this tower. We are not 100% sure who they are at this time, though some of us have our suspicions. But they are, in fact, working with Mariana, and they want her data, or her. They're fine either way. So we have now just come into agreement to go and find Mariana somewhere in the nearby wasteland. Hopefully find her quickly, and they will provide the larger group of community members a means out of New Orleans, as well as give us information to help me continue on my way, which these 2 have decided so graciously to help me in that endeavor.
Excellent.
And that's where we are.
Excellent.
And that's where we are. We are in an apartment within this old folks' home with about 40 walkers outside the door. I have just barricaded said door. And I just said, having gone by the name Joshua Clayton up to this point, well, Coco, guess you're just here for a minute. Or something along those lines. I did not review this last episode.
That's okay.
That's
was
pretty much what I
sound-
said, so.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
To which Andy says,
Do you hear the people sing?
No. When I said, "Oh, Coco," Andy replied, being high as a kite, "Who's Coco?"
Who's Coco? Oh, that part. No, I thought you were referring to what I
No.
typed in chat
No.
because
No.
we're beyond the barricade.
Okay, yeah, we're beyond the barricade.
So, Andy,
Hi.
how bad do you want to know who Coco is?
Oh, I said, well, we have a minute. I guess it's time for us to all have a conversation. And then I got up and started, like, as we're gonna have this conversation, I am just walking around the apartment and kind of, I'm searching for anything useful, canned meats, ammo for the revolver, anything additional, because we realized he was a police officer. This was a police issue revolver from back in like the 70s. So I'm just kind of perusing, trying to see if I can find anything worthwhile, because no one else seems to have been up here. So good place to find anything useful.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to, just to, while we speak, you want me to just do a quick scout roll?
Yeah.
Just to see what I can find?
Mhm.
Okay. First roll of the session, let's see what I get. That's 1-6 on the stress. And 2 2s, because that keeps fucking happening.
Mhm.
And now my 7 regular dice. 1, 2, 3. So 4 6s. What do they got in here, Ray?
Now, you do find some things that are still okay.
Yeah.
It's mainly stuff that the guy kept around that was like, you could tell it's the stuff he wanted, like cans of raviolis and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Stuff he just had in the house to like give himself a snack.
Yeah.
You do know in this place that they usually either bring meals around or you can go downstairs and eat in the big cafeteria with everyone else. So, you do find a box of ammo for his service revolver.
Mhm.
And you find the case and the entire kit for the service revolver, the cleaning kit and everything like that.
Awesome. That'll work for any pistol we have. Dope.
You find in a box, you find his medals and commendations from when he was a cop. He was fairly well decorated. He actually served on the New Orleans PD.
I tossed them out the window.
Bah!
Yep.
But as for anything else useful, what would you have that's useful?
I mean,
Oh.
medical stuff, anything. Aspirin.
Yeah, there's a usual first aid kit that hasn't really been touched because
Yeah.
they have nurses here and everything like that. But
Yeah.
he still has one because he's
Yeah.
that type of guy. And then you also find some pretty interesting items. You find a crowbar.
Okay.
You find a set of lockpicks.
Do one of y'all want to take this down for me? Because I am not going to be able to type it fast enough into.
No problem. Do you know? Actually, would you recognize a pair of lockpicks?
I have a lockpick gun, like a little pump lockpick gun. But yes,
Well,
I would
then this
recognize
is something you would
that.
recognize,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it'll do you any good because it's actually traditional lockpicks.
I do know how to use those. That's it. Yeah, that's.
Andy knows how to use those at the very least.
Yep.
Gotcha.
We can
So-
we can train Alex how to use them. He can have his own
Right,
set.
Alex, how to use them. And then hand him like, "There's walkers coming out! Hurry up!"
Instead of me just putting
I
mine in the
know.
door and going click, 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 we're in.
Because, like, I think officially Andy doesn't have those, technically.
Oh, well then I go, well, you're out of it right now, but we're gonna have a conversation. I'll give I'll give them to you later.
Yep. So yeah, you find a crowbar, a set of lockpicks. You find what looks a kit with a bunch of small tools, and what looks to be like a small propane gun, like a propane.
Like a tiny propane torch.
Mhm.
Okay.
And like a bunch of other items that look very odd, like a round piece of
Can I-
steel about as big around as your finger.
Oh, so it's a jeweler kit for
There we
making
go.
rings and such.
Yes.
Ray, I make jewelry.
I know. I just wanted. I always want to see how good I was at describing it. So you can pick it up.
I figured either jeweler's kit or watchmaker's kit, one or the
Mhm.
other. Yeah.
So yeah, you find that there, and the last thing you find in this whole place that is kind of like meh
Mhm.
is under the bed. There's a footlocker. When you
Okay.
pull the footlocker out,
Mm-hmm.
you find that inside the footlocker there is it's got a false bottom,
Mhm.
and in the false bottom of the footlocker, you find probably $100,000 in cash, in wrapped bills, probably about 10 kilos of cocaine,
Okay.
and several books that, when you open them up, are like just a New Orleans who's who of people,
Yeah.
people who are like in debt.
Fucking corrupt cops in New Orleans for the win.
No way! Can't believe it. I am gonna
What?
I'm
no.
gonna You said how many kilos of coke do I find?
No, it wouldn't be 10. It would be like two.
Like two,
Yeah.
two good bricks. Okay,
Two good bricks.
I'm gonna
10 would be too much for that footlocker.
I'm gonna look at it. Just gonna take my knife, tap it. I'm not doing it. I'm just kind of
Just tapping the outside of it.
just tapping the outside of it.
Damn it, Carl!
Does it feel like fully? Does
No,
it feel
it's
full?
solid?
It's solid. Okay. I look at it. I look at the stacks of cash. I go, you know what? I'm gonna take like 5 stacks of the cash and just shove them into. I'm sure there's a bag in here. Everyone has duffels and stuff.
Yeah, in the
I'm
closet, there's duffel
I'm
bags
gonna
and stuff.
I'm gonna throw the coke and I'm gonna throw coke into the duffel bag. Gonna take most of the cash, throw it in there, and just like set it by the door. People will still trade for about anything, and if nothing else, the cash is good for setting on fire and making distractions. I explain as I fan out the cash. I'm like, it's good for distractions. Some people still want it, I've found, so why not?
I forgot one thing because I forgot you got 4 successes. I was not gonna give this to you if you got 3, but you got 4. Also, inside the same inner space, you actually do find another hidden compartment.
Okay.
And inside that hidden compartment, when you pop it out, there is those little stamped 1 ounce gold bars. There's 6 of those in there.
Cool.
And
Thrown
then
in.
there is a small black bag, drawstring bag. And when you open it up, there is a bunch of cut diamonds.
Cool. I'm throwing everything from this footlocker just in a duffel bag. Someone might want some of this shit. Who
So
knows?
just make sure I got this list right. So lockpicks, crowbar, jeweler's kit, 100 can cash, 2 kilos of coke, a ledger, 6 1 ounce gold bars, and then cut diamonds.
Yep.
Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything.
Now the cut diamonds are of various carat sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to cut diamonds in a black bag.
Yeah.
Most people in this situation, they're just a form of currency at this point. It's something to trade for something, you know. There will be communities somewhere who think that you need to have currency instead of just goods. you know?
Yeah, and then the other thing about the reason that all that is there, of course, obviously Corrupt Cop,
Yeah.
and the money is probably just stuff that he got on the
Oh,
side
from-
that he didn't want to
yeah.
deposit in banks or anything like
Of
that
course,
to
of course.
not flag himself.
That's how he's paying for a really nice living facility.
No, he actually was learning jewel making so he could launder his money.
Yeah, I'm sure, but that's how he's paying for all of his shit. Y'all remind me, did I throw his body over the edge? I pulled them both outside.
I don't remember.
I'm going to say I didn't. I find all this. I look at the ledger. I just walk over, grab him by the legs, and over the side. Well,
Over the side, Chucky Chuck.
just over the side with the rest of the ones. With all the noise, and now, of course, the other walkers hitting the ground, are there still walkers?
Yeah, it's
Coming
getting
out.
slower and slower.
It's getting slower, but there's still
Yeah.
some going. Cool.
Yeah.
And while we're doing all of this, so who wants to go first? We've lived together for a couple of days now. We've done a lot in 2 days. There's been a lot going on, but we've never had a talk, like a real conversation about who we are.
Yeah, I think you should start considering you're the one who gave us a fake name to begin with.
So I'll give you.
You think he's the only one?
I'll give you the short answer on that. My name's Coco. Last name redacted. Y'all hear my last name. Last name redacted. I chose Joshua Clayton because I formerly lived in a community over in Texas. You asked what I did before this. I worked at a state park. And when things fell apart, me and another ranger decided this place has enough room, enough natural resources between animal game, fishing, water. We could set up out here and protect our own families. And of course, other people came. People who visited the park came. We went for about 2 months like that. 2, maybe 3 months. We started it about 2 weeks in. About 3 months, we were going good. We had families doing well. And then this group showed up. This group showed up that had a new outlook on life. Kind of a everything returns kind of vibe. Had a symbol of a tree. It was a whole thing. They wanted us to join them. We said, no, we're good. Keep the cult shit over there. They apparently didn't like that because within a week we suddenly had, despite our perimeter that we had set up, good, solid ways of keeping walkers out, we had a good size herd come into our community, and me and mine were the only ones who made it out. I had an escape plan. I had planned for this kind of thing to happen. Sadly, Steve stayed behind and tried to help as much as he could because he was a good man, but we made it out. We crossed the river by a boat, hopped in a vehicle that I had stashed just in case. Luckily, it was an RV, and we tried to make our way out of Texas. Long and short, we were heading towards the Appalachian Mountains. Made it up to North Texas, came across a group of, I'll just be frank about it, white supremacists. They saw, I lift my sleeves, they saw my tattoos and thought I was like them. That did not sit well with me. So I promptly told them to fuck off. They then demanded all of our stuff. We fought, we shot, we killed several of them. We got lucky and we took off. What we didn't realize is that they had way more people and they were tracking us. By the time we got to Shreveport, we were out of gas. We were on foot for the last 30 miles. Took shelter in an office building, up higher level floor, and then while we're sleeping one night, we start hearing walkers coming in. They shouldn't have been able to get in. There was no fucking way. We made our way to a stairwell, and not everyone was going to make it out, so I had my pack on me. I had snack here, and I motioned at my spear. Made that in a place outside of a little city called Azle. Have you ever heard of it? We were in a fab shop there, and I made this for me, and I made something for everybody because I'm a blacksmith. That's what I did before this too. Had this, had my knife, had my pistol, and I told them I'll meet you in New Orleans. That was our next route because we knew that the National Guard was here. We knew after the hurricane that the National Guard was here, and surely, and I look at Alex, surely they had set something up to keep people fucking safe, but now I hear what the fuck happened. I know it's not you. But my family, we thought we'd be safe here, at least be able to get some fucking supplies to keep moving on. But I got caught up by some walkers pretty quick. I managed to get through about 20 or 30 of them, some fucking how. And when I was finally too tired to keep fighting, I made my way out of the building. Broke eyesight, stopped to take a breath, and they were right on me. I had my gun to my fucking head, and then they just walked past me. It's when I noticed all the guts on me, everything that had spilled on me in my fight. And that's how I survived for the next month on the road. I found out that I could walk with them. If you were covered in there in what was them, you could move. Then I found out that if you do things right, you can lead them. That became how I got through. Until one night when those same guys had apparently lost track of my family. Thank fucking God. But they found me. I had bedded down for the night. Apparently my fire wasn't small enough. And they took me. They brought me to a little place they had. That's how I got this, and I show you like the large burn scar on my stomach. They decided to have fun with me before they killed me. And then seared me shut with the torch. A couple of these other ones you saw these earlier, Andy. A couple of those are from them too. What they weren't real good at was knots. So I got out. And I came back with about 200 walkers. And the walkers didn't kill them. I killed every one of them. Cold, not very efficient, I'll say. It's also how I got these, and I motion at the little. You've heard this. There's something jangling on me when I move around, and I motion to several Mjolnir and other Norse necklaces. I figured they didn't fucking deserve those, so they're mine now. And then from there, I made my way here. Hit Metairie, and I saw a little sign that we had come up with, a little symbol that my wife leaves for me. And I'd followed those symbols all the way down here. Little tag of when she got here, and I realized I was about 2 weeks behind them at this point. Because walking with the dead every night with the living dead is slow. It's very fucking slow. But I was able to utilize them as pack mules too. That's why I have as much shit as I do. In fact, I have some more shit a little bit out. Nothing crazy. I might not even bother getting it, really. It's some food, but we have more than enough of that now. Someone else can fight it. Have a little loot drop, as we used to say. Made my way to Metairie. Worked my way further into New Orleans. Had no problem fighting through the Wall of the Dead. That was easy enough. I just cut it up and walked right through them. But I could see how other people can't get out of New Orleans very easily. I can see it. When I got to the tower, that was all she said on the last little message I got down the highway was our little moth symbol, a date. It had been a day later, and the words tower. I'm guessing they heard it. They heard someone mention it somewhere nearby, or saw some indication of it. And when I was heading there, I saw the Reclaimed. I saw the tower. I saw them fight, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna need something to trade with somebody to get the information I need." And I had noticed y'all's little place while I was on the highway, and I decided, well, let's go in there, see if I can work something out, or if need be, just rob y'all fucking blind. If I'm being fully honest. But I used the fake name. All of that to say I used the fake name because I don't know if any of those fucking Nazis are still out there. And they heard my name. They know my name is Coco. So fake name. They come through. Someone asks about, hey, you seen a person with a spear and a bad attitude, maybe covered in blood, some shit like that. No one will be able to say, oh yeah, Coco. They'll say Joshua. And maybe, just maybe, they don't put two and two together. And now I've poisoned 4 people and gutted a few of them. What's y'all's story? I've been talking with a lit cigarette, and it is now fully just ash, and I throw it on the carpet and light another one.
Yeah, and this would have been back in the 2010s, so they actually did burn down to ash.
Yeah.
Lucky Strikes still do. Actually, Spirits didn't. Spirits always burned down. They typically put themselves out. But we're still going to say it for flavor. Yeah. Oh no, I found this old guy's Lucky Strikes. So, yeah.
I was like, well, listen, they can go next, but they're still high as a fucking kite. Pointing to Andy on the bed still, as they're probably going like this.
I was gonna say, Andy would just go, I'm a princess!
Andy's not going, I'm a princess.
No,
Andy's going, have Have you guys? Y'all never had to kill someone prior to the apocalypse, did you?
Yeah, Alex is gonna snap his head toward Andy and go like, hold on, what?
I got real close one time. Never had to do it.
Count your lucky star. The reason I was in New Orleans when the fall happened was I had to run away from Atlanta because some of my friends and I were almost taken. Someone had given us food and I didn't trust them. And my friend ate it and started acting weird. And they came in thinking that we had both eaten it, and I had to protect us. So,
I respect
the
that.
world sucked before.
Oh, it did. I've heard people say since all this started that, oh, this world changes people, and I pull my flask out and I take a swig and I offer it. Alex,
Yeah, I'll grab it and take a swig myself.
I toss it across the room to you because I'm still sitting. I'm sitting on the couch against the door just to add the extra little bit of weight.
Yeah, and Alex is probably in like the doorway between like the sitting room and the bedroom.
Yeah. People said this world changed people, and from what I've seen, it just allowed all of us to be who we really are. I knew all of this was in me for a long time. I knew it was. I had had little moments of it. This world just lets us be honest. Even the parts that we don't like about ourselves. And Andy, I kind of like just call from the other room.
It's Wanda.
It's lovely to meet you, Wanda. Is that the name you prefer?
I prefer Andy.
Then
but
it's Andy.
technically,
It's not Wanda. It's not Wanda. It's Andy. Who the fuck gives a fuck about legally? You think my name is legally Coco? No. My name is fucking Corey. But one of the people I'm looking for is my goddaughter. And I chose that name for her to call me. The first time she ever fucking said it, that was my new fucking name. And it's gender neutral, and I like that. So, yeah. Your name is your fucking name. The one you choose is your name. I don't know who the fuck Wanda is. As far as I'm concerned, Wanda never existed. You got me?
And he just like
And I
loopy
can't see
thumbs up.
it. And I can't even see it because I'm in the other room.
Well, when I don't hear anything from Andy, I was going to turn, look. I was like, okay, yeah, they hear you. And also, you don't look like a Wanda.
Agreed.
What are you saying?
Agreed. Were your parents Marvel fans?
No, they
No.
were Irish.
That tracks. Okay, that tracks.
I was
My
gonna say
last name is
could have been
Galloway.
it could have been John Cleese fans.
They could have also look. This version of Coco is Gen X. Okay, like, and the same as me. So
Well,
that would be
okay,
my
so
first connection.
officially, Wanda's parents are like the fucking Irish Catholic,
Okay.
like really fucking traditional Southern family.
How big of a family do you have?
Yes.
I'm gonna guess that the nature of your queer identity, if I'm guessing that right, is why you weren't at home anymore.
Yep.
That's why it's part of the same reason that I didn't go looking for my mom when all this happened. Dad was already dead, but yeah.
I wish my dad was dead. Fucker deserved it.
Well, if we
He's dead now.
well, maybe we head to Atlanta at some point, and if he's there, if you find him, cool. We take care of that. If you
would
want.
suggest that the CDC's there. Those fuckers probably had like the super zombie virus.
From what I hear, it started in France. I heard that from some nut job on the road. So I think they have the worst of it, if that's true.
As you two are just going back and forth, Alex is taking more swigs from your flask. He's like,
Oh, hold up.
seriously the same one? I said more swigs. He's not gulping. It's still like a swig here and there. He's not chugging it down. Don't worry.
Hey, that is limited Tullamore Dew, man. That's Tullamore Dew. Like, God, 21 years aged. You know how hard it was to find this shit? Believe it or not, people grab the good shit first. People grab the good shit first, okay? But now that you've got a little bit of the truth juice in you, and Vito Veritas and all that shit, what's your story, Alex?
Well, before the fall, not much. During, plenty. And he just starts thinking back on when National Guard was like first setting up the defenses, trying to help like corral people. It'd be like, okay, here's where you go to get tested, figure out, all that bit, like when they were going to the football stadium.
Yeah.
I forgot it was a football stadium in New Orleans, right? Where they're sending people at first.
Well, it's never mentioned canonically, but that's where they would have gone. The Superdome is where they would have gone.
Superdome.
Sure.
Thank you. I just want to make sure I got it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, because that's where during like
natural disasters,
hurricane.
natural disasters
where-
and everything, they have everyone go to.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what FEMA would have set up.
100%, they probably would like coordinate that as like a quarantine zone or something.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I got that right because, remember, I know we talked about it like earlier during this chapter.
And some planning stuff, yeah.
Yep. But just going on, all seemed fine. Then after they started realizing, that wasn't doing jack shit, we fell back to the armory, and we were mainly there just keeping on, keeping hold of what we could until one day, and this is when Alex's face will kind of like gloss over.
For you, I just hold a cigarette out.
He's not going to take the cigarette.
Okay.
But his face glossed over. I was like, yeah, that's when let's say that's when shit really hit the fan. As we were given orders to fire on anyone approaching our gate. And he emphasized anyone.
And he's going to like kind of, like when a kid's like struggling to get out of like a pillow fort kind of situation, and they're just like, It's like that, but loopy. And so Andy kind of like flops over and like crawls to the other side of the bed and grabs one of the like old lady throw pillows that is guaranteed to be on the bed.
Be there. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeets it at Alex and goes, "Hey, it's okay, my dude. Oh, God,
Wait, hold on. What'd you say there? Because you went really quiet on the mic.
we've all got trauma.
They said, it's
Okay.
okay, dude.
It's okay, my dude.
Trauma.
We all have trauma."
And I repeat that in that exact same tone. We all have trauma.
I was going to take the pillow
You're right.
the pillow that was thrown at me. I was going to grab it and just yeet it right back at Andy's head.
Funny thing is, the moment it hits Andy's head,
Yeah.
you guys hear this odd, like, tinking noise.
Mhm.
Thunk, 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 and the walkers
Oh.
out in the hallway begin to moan louder.
Oh, they must be here.
Someone's shooting at him.
So they're here. Okay, well, I'm glad they took their dear sweet fucking time. Okay, and I kind of get up and I stretch. Ugh. I'm going to go to the closet real quick. Is there a closet rod in here?
Yes.
Yeah, wooden, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Gonna pop it off. Gonna
Knock all the clothes on the floor, basically.
yeah, just knock all the clothes on the floor. Do I see this guy? He looked like he wore a jacket the same size as me by chance. Any kind of
What size?
jackets?
How
in
big are
here?
you, Corey?
I'm a large, but I'm an extra large shoulder.
Okay. And how tall?
5'10".
Okay.
Ish.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure you're kind of like in normal average size range. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very average size, except the shoulders are big. That's it.
Gotcha. The shoulders may be a little tight then.
Well, then I'll rip off the sleeves later. I'm just looking for something of his to besmirch in some way.
Besmirch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at it. Okay, just like an old field jacket or some kind of shit, like an old
How
hunting
tall
jacket.
was the wife?
Huh?
How tall was the wife?
About
Oh,
5'6".
Damn it.
Well, then, hey, it's just gonna be long and oversized. Still dope. Take it.
That's fair. Andy's gonna snag like any like flannel shirt kind of things.
Yeah, she would have
so, like-
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely like
You know,
stuffing it
the
in.
old Grammy ladies always have someone's old flannel shirt that they always wore when it got cold.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh, did I
just-
see
Not
that?
just that, they had a flannel shirt for like working out in the garden and shit.
Yeah.
100%, guarantee it.
Did I see any photos of family on the walls? Like
That was one
kids
thing I
and
was
stuff?
gonna say. There are no
Yeah.
photos of family, and there's no
Mhm.
photos of like their wedding photos or anything like
Okay.
that out there.
Then before, as I hear them plinking, I kind of listen. Do I hear which direction they're moving, like left or right?
The
'Cause
blinking
we're-
is getting louder.
so it is gonna matter. I'm gonna rapidly go outside to the lady, and I'm gonna like hold her. I'm gonna kind of like get her in a respectable position.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna do a little prayer and say, I can only imagine what you went through throughout your life, and I hope that wherever, if anywhere you ended up, that you're doing better.
So, Kel,
Yeah, I was gonna say. Never mind. Hit that again. With the noise getting closer, even though we're under the assumption that it is, the group that was on the radio, I'm actually going to be someone behind the doorway, aiming right at the door to be on the safe side.
okay.
Oh, yeah, the second I'm done with that, I slide myself over to the door, and I'm kind of out the peephole with the 38 against it.
Yeah.
And
There was
right
a
here.
lot of walkers in the hall, so
Yeah.
there is like you literally hear them going cover reload. They're
Yeah.
just talking out loud now.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know what I mean? And you can see, and you hear it's like a good 4 or 5 minutes of just solid gunfire
Once
with
I
silencers,
hear,
obviously.
yeah, of course. Once I hear the or get to the point where they start to dwindle down, like they're not packing the door,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna open the door and just take a couple down,
Yeah.
make it fast. I'm getting tired of sitting here.
Yeah, actually, when you come out the door, most of the
Mhm.
walkers are down at the other end of the hallway, and
Yeah.
you see the guys have actually stopped using their guns, and they're just using blades on the rest of them because there's
Yeah.
only like half a dozen, and there's half a
Oh.
dozen walkers, and there's like 10 guys down at the end of the hall. It's
Oh,
it's
I
a
don't
full
even-
squad.
If it's only like half a dozen, I don't even use my gun. I just walk up and just spear.
But the biggest problem is it's really hard to walk through the hallway because the floor is literally covered in walkers.
I've walked over walkers before.
Gotcha. So you get your
I get
shoes
the-
dirty, basically.
I helped get the last couple down, and I'm like, "Hey, thanks." And as I put the spear back into its little holster, my hand's gonna rest on my piece. I kind of I don't do it in a way that's like just showing caution.
Mhm.
Just like I'm not pulling on them; they can see that, but I'm just like I'm giving you a little bit of trust, but not everything.
Yeah. So as those guys, as the last guy finishes the nearest walker to you,
Mhm.
you see that there was 4 guys who were stepping forward with blades and finishing off the last of the few walkers. All 4 of them basically take 1 step back and all turn to the side, and you see the other 6 guys have their guns trained down the hallway.
I put
And-
my hands up.
And
Nice.
they're full on tricked out assault rifles with silencers on them. You can
do I
see the
see-
laser sights.
Do I see the same, like, 3-pointed thing? The same, like, the 3-pointed spear-like object on the
Mhm.
front of their guns that I saw before? Hey, look, I'll say it like this. Hi, I'm Coco. I'm the guy who spoke to you on the phone, on the radio. And I kind of, motion to the radio.
You see one guy puts his hand to his ear and he says, "They check." And all 6 guys with the rifles, they go back to the rest position. You see 2 of them go and take positions on either side of the elevator shaft. One of the guys, the guy who put his finger to his ear, he walks forward and he says, "So we're going to get you out." He says, "We have transport waiting down the ground floor." It says, "I brought a reinforced harness because you mentioned that you didn't like our rigs." It says, "You can each go down one at a time." He says, "One of us will go down with you on piggyback." He says, and we'll get you to the bottom, and then we're gonna get the hell out of here, and we're gonna meet back up at the actual command center. And he says, is there any questions? Kel, you had your hand raised?
No, listen.
Oh, Lissa
Lissa.
had her hand raised. Sorry. Lissa.
It's at this point that Andy has kind of like has snagged the cane and is like kind of stumbling up to the door. Is it safe?
Yeah, Andy, you're good.
And I was, if Andy's doing that, because I'm still in the doorway between the bed and the sitting room that goes to the front door. I'm just like, as soon as Andy walks in front of my muzzle, I was like, what the fuck?
I can imagine Andy trying
Andy
to use
is
the cane.
definitely under the muzzle, like very specifically, like
Oh yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah, Andy's also small enough that you
Oh,
aiming
so
straight.
yeah.
would
If you're
literally
aiming
walk
straight and
under.
up, Andy's below you.
Okay, well, no, I thought you went to the door that leads to the hallway, not the doorway that I'm using as cover.
Yeah, Andy is going towards that door, but like
But when they
Now,
passed
there's
by
still-
you, they would have been under you.
I was gonna say
Yeah, I
one of the neat things is there's still a lot of smoke from all the rounds going off,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and even though they're it's low smoke gunpowder, but it's still a lot of rounds were fired. So
oh yeah.
as you're looking through, Kel, Alex completely sees the green laser pointers going everywhere, and he
Yeah.
sees that there's 2 laser pointers trained basically on his gun, and he knows that there's at least 2 other laser pointers coming down the hall because he can see the smoke, and he
Yeah.
figures they're on his forehead.
Yeah, well, again, I wasn't even in the doorway to the hall. I was still in the doorway between the bedroom and the sitting room.
Oh,
Yeah, I
you're not in the
yeah.
hall. I thought you were coming out the hallway and covering the hall. Sorry, no.
I was covering the only way in.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that if these weren't the group we were waiting for, I could just start blasting.
Gotcha. No,
Alex,
yeah.
we're-
So, go ahead.
Alex, we're clear. You're good, man. You want to grab that duffel bag?
So I'll shoulder the weapon, I'll grab the duffel bag, and I'm also going to tell Andy, I'm going to squat down and tell Andy to get my back, because I ain't having him walk on it.
Oh, I literally am,
Brain
like
ankle.
I told you to grab that, and I'm literally moving over, and I'm not even asking. I'm just like,
Oh, I thought you were still in the hallway when you said that. My bad.
oh,
Okay.
I was like walking back to the door. I'm literally took
Okay.
one step out the door, had rifles on me, like after
Yeah.
stabbing a couple things, and went, okay,
Yeah, I thought you were further down. My bad. Yeah, so I'll grab the duffel bag when you grab Andy.
yeah. And I just grab Andy. I'm like, you want shoulders or you want carry? Which one do you want?
Uppy.
Uppies. And I literally just like kind of and do the whole hands around the shoulder thing, and then like hold you by your legs, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And then I have to like carefully, because this is now not a lot of weight, but it's more weight than I'm used to having to walk over these walkers and having to like awkwardly move. Now, when
Andy's having the time of their lives while they're still high on the fucking morphine and getting
No, you weren't
uppies.
even on morphine at the moment. You were on, what was it, Vicodin? Or
yeah,
no?
Vicodin. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vicodin.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Vicodin wouldn't affect them then.
I mean,
Not like
it-
that.
Not like that. I mean, it might make you loopy for a little bit, but it'd make you probably more groggy than anything.
yeah, you'd
Yeah,
be like, you'd be
not
like
me.
nap time,
Not
Andy.
me. I get
Oh, not
high
you.
and hyper.
Same here.
So-
then you're like,
Welcome to
going.
the TISM.
Okay. Yeah. welcome.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's it.
no. Hi, welcome to the TISM. You don't have a normal reaction to anything.
Nope.
Stimulants, they make you concentrate.
And things that should knock you out make you speed, but a fun
Ew.
speed. No jitters. It's great.
Except for
Uh,
Benadryl.
Yeah, that one.
Except for Benadryl, that knocks everyone out.
Yep.
All right,
It
so
depends on how much I take. If I take a certain amount, I'm still just hyper.
So apparently you found the right balance.
so basically we had the double dose list. Got it.
Understood.
Anyway, so you guys are you gather up Andy. I'm assuming that Alex grabbed the duffel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You guys come down the hallway. You can see that they literally have set up like a full harness to where someone gets put in it like almost like a cradle bag.
Yeah.
And then the other guy is just there's a guy coming in behind you who can basically they swing you out on the harness. He grabs a hold of.
I with my guy, I just say, want to be very clear here. I wasn't worried about your rig. I was worried that you'll had no rig hooked to the device, I was gonna have to like carabine her to my belt loops, and I wasn't doing that. I just want to be very clear. I want to be very clear here. I'm just kind of I'm kind of just nervously bullshit talking is all I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Uh-huh. Ah, I literally like let out a kind of sound. Ah, man, I never thought I'd have an amusement park ride again. That was dope. I'm gonna have to.
Mhm.
I feel my entire back pop. Like, oh, I've been waiting for that for a month. God damn. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I was counting as I went through. I'm trying to. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, quick question, guys. As I'm like kind of readjusting on my shit. The two guys that had the kid, that took the kid, did y'all kill them? Or are they alive? I wanted to ask them some questions, but that's fine. I'm I've seen your SOP before. I've seen it before. What? Let's just say one of your squads up in North Texas. I don't get anyone in trouble. They were a little loud and didn't spot my group. We decided to leave them be. Didn't want to investigate when we saw them mow down about 30 guys in less than a minute. It was honestly impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, listen, while Ray's checking that, do you want to go next or do you want Alex to go next? You go
I
down.
think Alex. I think Alex probably would go last.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured I'd go ahead and ask you while Ray was checking that.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Oh God, my manipulations dropped. I forgot that I lost empathy, everyone. So I only have 4 dice on those stats. I'm gonna have to. Oh, and I get an additional because I'm smoking a cigarette. Oh no, I would have lit the moment. Man, I am trying to focus while being stressed. I'm definitely smoking. I smoke while I blacksmith for a reason. Oh, in that discussion, did we lose stress during our conversation? Okay. Well,
How
damn.
much stress
How
did we
much
lose?
did we lose, by
One.
the way?
Just one.
Damn it!
That's all you can lose from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you have a prolonged conversation with your anchor, like we're talking, you spend like 4 to 6 hours, you lose all of them.
All right.
Yeah, that's the way you relieve.
No, I was asking because I just went from 5 to 4, so I can go right back to 5.
I
Okay,
went
so
back
that's-
just 2 because
so that is-
Andy is traumatized and does not gain stress from a lot of things that they probably should.
Lucky
So
you.
these are my stress dice. Those are just my stress dice. I rolled 2 successes. And a third success. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh shit, that was us? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna look over their gear real quick because I haven't taken a hard. I've been watching hands and guns mostly. Do I see that symbol on them? Uh huh. Yeah. Oh no, that's I saw guys in black with a black helicopter with what I assumed was a radioactive symbol on it is what I saw. So do I see a similar symbol on their gear? So it's not them. Okay. That above table, it's not them. And so I look at them and I go, "Oh, y'all don't have the symbol on you." Okay. And I look at their guns. Do I see the like little spear thing on the front? The little three-pronged spear thing? Do I see like I do they have those? Yeah, they're made for taking out walkers. The CRM specifically uses them, but other military groups could have them as well, I suppose, this far out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so it's different than what I've seen before. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Good people. Yeah. And I see that and I go, I'm not hiding that I saw it. Oh, so that wasn't y'all. Yeah, y'all don't have the same symbol. Well, y'all are just as efficient. Huh. Okay. But y'all are definitely military, for sure. Before everything fell apart? You don't have to say anything. I get I talk when I'm bored or nervous. So I kind of always talk. Sorry about that. Uh, cigarette? Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
And he
I
goes,
say, yeah, I was gonna say the wounded person should definitely be going next.
no, just my ankle. We were climbing up the ladder because we didn't have the gear to use your stuff, and I maybe had my ankle get caught. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good.
Do you say we?
Yes, 100%. And he goes, "Whee!"
And we
hear-
all and all we hear after they reach the bottom is thud 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 against the elevator doors as every walker on every floor tries to go through the door. Yeah, yeah,
It's probably a lot
Interesting.
worse though after the
yeah.
weed.
It just intensifies.
No, it's another sweet tea courtesy of numbers.
God damn it, numbers.
Yeah, I got like no drink until we go on break.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. An Abrams tank? Huh. Oh, like an MRAP. Like an MRAP?
Yeah.
A Bradley. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Abrams is a full-on tank.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, why the fuck do they have a tank? God damn. How are they fueling it? And I go, ooh. Damn. Y'all know how to fucking ride. Were y'all like an anti-terrorist organization? What the fuck did y'all do before this? All Black would suggest Wetworks, but I mean, I know y'all can't tell me shit. That's fine. I'm just kind of. It's a really nice fucking vehicle, my guy. And I'm just like staring right at him and looking back and staring right at him. That sounds great. Sounds great.
Andy's looking at the tank like, ooh, shiny.
Real quick, I do want to ask, y'all know the basic gist of what's happening here, right? We have to go find y'all's operative? Is that before or after we go to y'all's command base? After we... Okay, that works. Okay, cool. Cool. Is the kid already back with... Or is the kid still with y'all? Well, I mean, where's our other two guys? Do I see Gus and Frank? No? Where did our two guys go? Fair. Okay. I guess people can't see y'all and all that. That's fine. Okay. Okay. I just kind of chill for a second. Look at Andy. You want uppies again, Andy?
100% Andy will gladly accept uppies.
And I'm like, okay, come on, kid. Oh, fuck. And I'm like, oh, this is way easier. Did your back pop when you hit the bottom? I had full every vertebrae. It was great. God, I think my agility might have gone up +1.
I wish my back would pop like that.
Me too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but is okay. I was gonna say so. Same as rappelling / parachuting. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh. That's as I can be. I'm just not looking down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about my information? That's fair. I just need to know that I'm gonna... Can you just clarify if, by chance, you could actually have the information I need? I'm looking for 5 very specific people. Okay. I give no. I give them her name is unique enough, and like they only heard my name. They only heard my name because they were screaming it out, because my family was screaming it when I told them to leave. It's the only reason they got my name. We didn't exactly trade names during the firefight, you know. I give them my actual name. I'll say while we were talking, I wrote down a description of everyone, rough ages, names they would use and might use, like their actual names and names they might use, because my best friend could use an alias if he was talking. And I just say, hey, here, I have it rolled up, and I just hand it to him. It's literally on like receipt paper. Wife, best friend, his wife, goddaughter, other best friend. It's four adults, one kid. Kid should be 3. That's all I need. That's all I need. I just haven't made it to. Okay, that's group seemed friendly to them, or like they were being. Okay, that's. Y'all both see. Y'all saw tension and then immediate fucking relief. Had y'all seen me before? Yeah. I mean, before that. Okay. Yeah, neat. Okay. There's a. Oh, okay. Smart. They went through Slidell then. Okay. That's how. I pieced a couple things together for myself. Okay. She must have gone out on her. Okay. But that's fine. That's enough for me. I'm gonna do your shit. Look, I'm gonna do it. I need to talk to Mariana anyway. I just want to understand a couple things from her perspective. But yeah, let's fucking go, I guess. Let's fucking go. I guess.
Let's go.
Go?
I
Yes. Okay. Yeah, yep, that's it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. I do want to add, can I roll a scout to recognize turns, inclines, declines, all that? Okay. It's a tough roll, but you know.
I was like, while Trogo's doing the roll, I would say, like, before we got in there, Alex probably would have made sure that anything that he may have forgotten to hide, showing that he was from National Guard, is definitely hidden now.
Only 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're purposefully making sure. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, like a sub level. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Can I request one, maybe actually two things? Simple things. I need 2 standard issue, actually make it 3 standard issue 9mm silencers if we could. And I kind of show him mine. I built this myself. It's pretty damn good for being done in a fab shop on the fly in a podunk town, but it would really benefit us in being a little quieter. You know? If we could. It's my only request. Hell, if you want, I'll give it back to you when we're done. Only request. Do I need another manipulation roll? Okay. I was like, I'll roll for it. I'll roll for it. See if my just like like very laissez-faire demeanor or my very like, you know, very blasé demeanor towards them. I'm actively trying to not act impressed by them, just by their shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 I just kind of, yeah, I just grabbed 3. I looked at the laser sights. I'm not able to keep that charged or keep batteries in it. And I just kind of, I unscrew my silencer and just toss it and screw on the new one. Literally just toss it down into the void. And I go, Alex, I toss you a silencer. I'm still kind of like have arms hooked under Andy's legs while I'm doing this. And I go, and I like put my gun back. Andy, let me see your piece. I just kind of have my hand
Andy
out.
pulls out the multiple guns. Which one?
Oh, just the Glock, just the Glock, honey, just the Glock.
Hands the Glock.
Yeah.
The one that can have a silencer, and I just put your silencer on, and I say, "Here you go, honey. There you go."
I was gonna say real quick, numbers just posted saying that you aren't very loud in the stream. Yeah.
When that happened? Sorry. All right.
There we go. Oh, that's a lot better. I just turned the stream volume up to double check.
Thank you, numbers.
Thank you, numbers.
Thank you, numbers. We appreciate you.
All right. So he says, he points to it. He says, we're going to provide you with egress and evac. So all you have to do is make it back to the same location where we drop you. He says, and we will be able to pick you up from there.
Sounds fun.
Is there anything any other questions you have other than materials? And do you want her to stay with
you
us?
guys to take a look at my ankle, please.
Both your compatriots are hurt. Do you want them to stay with us, or are you going to take them with you?
That's y'all's call, guys.
A medic comes walking over, and he basically he brings over an air boot. He looks over your ankle, and he says, "Yeah, it's just a sprain." He pulls out a syringe, and he says, "Anti-inflammatory." And he looks at you, and he waits. And he just pulls on your sock, no alcohol wipe, no nothing, just stabs it into your ankle and injects it in. You feel it burning and everything like that, but you also feel your ankle is like about tennis ball size right now.
Yeah.
And, so he's basically stabs it into it, and he says, "Give it about 10 minutes, and you should be able to walk on it." He says it only lasts a couple of hours, and the more damage you do to it, the worse it'll be when it wears off. He says, and I have the boot. He's like, you can wear the boot. It'll hold up, and it'll keep it solid. He says, and it'll reduce the damage you do, but it's gonna make it hard to run. So your choice, boot or no boot.
Andy looks to Coco. What do you think?
Well, with the couple of days we've had, and how badly you two been fucked up in the past 2 days, I wouldn't blame either of you for wanting to set this out. It's one person, and I've been through worse.
I would say I've only got a broken nose right now, so
Yeah, your side's doing pretty good right now. You feeling
Andy's kind of just sitting there.
I carried them, and I
Well-
point to Andy.
Well, I think I would be helpful. I also know I will slow you down if I join in.
Well, realistically, Alex, you in? I'm guessing you're in.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't think we'll be slowed down. One of us can carry you. If you get to a point that you can't move easily, one of us can carry you.
All I'm imagining now is like the baby Bjorn version with Andy and
Just two
Andy
guns
just on
over the
front.
shoulders.
So as you guys are kind of settling that, he says, "I'll let you, the gentleman, the short gentleman, kind of looks at you both, and he says, I'll let you guys decide that on your own time." He's like, "You're gonna need about 20 minutes for that to kick on her anyway, so I'm going to give you a quick debrief of what the situation is and what you walked into." The woman you call Mariana, she is someone that we had already in the area. She is a very unique asset. She is an odd combination of knowledges. She is a biologist, and she is a data analyst.
Real quick, does she have a laundry list of psychological disorders?
I was not debriefed on that, and frankly, it doesn't overly matter. What matters is that she was local to the outbreak and had the resources to actually begin diagnosis on what was happening.
By the way, Andy pulls out her notebook and recorder
And he
because
takes
she
them.
was diagnosing it and
Does she what?
trying to because she was diagnosing it and trying to figure out how to get rid of this virus. I think you guys might want this.
He takes them both, and he doesn't even open them. He just hands them off to another gentleman. And you see this other guy who walks up and takes them. This guy is like where everyone else in this entire team looks like military. This guy, he's wearing the same getup they all are. He's got, a gun strapped to his hip, but this guy is like a little bit, like you can see in his face. He's a little, even during an apocalypse, he's very well fed. And he kind of like opens the book and he instantly begins thumbing through it, and he's like he's like flipping through these notes insanely fast, and he gets to the end and he's like, it's not here. And he just like he unzips his main pouch on his web work bag, and he puts the notebook in. He's like, I'm gonna go transcribe this. And the guy says, he wasn't talking to you, but the guy goes, go into the tent. And he says, and he goes, you see, he goes into the tent. And as he pulls the tent flap up, you can see that there's not like bedding or anything inside the tent. It looks like that this is a field lab. And so,
Makes sense.
yeah, and so he goes into the tent, and the flap comes down, and you can see that the flap itself is like insanely thick, and you can hear from inside the tent that there is what sounds like some kind of air processing unit inside the tent.
Andy would have, while we were waiting on them, by the way, would have transcribed that into their own book as well, so that they had the notes too.
As much as they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys haven't had a lot of downtime.
We had that conversation time.
Yeah.
That was about it.
That was
Yeah.
like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, but also Andy was high as a kite during that time too.
Oh yeah, you transcribed it all. You know you did.
Is there a role that I could do for that?
I'm saying that you may have been able to transcribe 1 or 2 pages.
That's fair. It's something.
It is something. So.
Well, I'm not giving them the recorder.
Oh, I thought you said you gave them the recorder.
Well.
You said you held out the recorder in the notebook.
Is there a way I can copy the cassette on it?
Not without a cassette tape setup. Yeah, you'd have had to have.
You'd
like,
have
the
to have,
dual
and
cassette.
that would have to be. Well, actually, it's a micro cassette. So
Yeah.
you would literally either have to have one of the rarest things in the world, which is a dual micro cassette player, or you'd have to have one micro cassette player to play and the other one to record, and put them right beside each other.
Yeah, no, then Andy will just hand it off so they have all the information. Andy's not gonna like stop the potential fucking cure from happening just because they're hearing it.
So yeah, he walks into the tent, and as the flap comes back down, the noise disappears.
I have one quick question for y'all, if you can answer, seeing as this is a debrief of sorts. What branch were y'all with before? Of the government, not of the military.
He kind of like looks at you and he says,
I don't know that it matters. What is national security at this point? You know what I mean? I'm just curious.
the guy looks at you and he says, if we were with anything that was part of what was the government, there is no real structure there anymore.
Well, no shit.
And what we've seen of the other local militias is that we do not have anything in common with most of them.
It's just the amount of resources you have is thoroughly impressive, honestly.
That's
Once
because
you-
we do not have to rely on anyone else for resources.
Okay. Okay. Are there any insignias on anything they have?
No name
Nothing.
patches, no insignias,
Okay.
nothing.
I would say it clicks now. Oh, y'all were private military. Am I close? And I just look for any kind of tell, anything.
You can make me a scout on that. Kel, what were you going to
Okay.
ask?
Well, I was going to ask before Coco made the guess there's them being PMCs. Was saying, can I see if any of them wearing dog tags? Not necessarily I can read the dog tag, but see if they at least have the chain.
No chains.
Okay.
Only 2 successes. Man, I'm falling off tonight, guys.
With 2 successes, he doesn't give you anything,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the men around him
Mm-hmm.
just gives you this eat shit and die look.
And
It happens for just a second.
Yeah.
It happens just a
And I
second.
say, and I go, oh, no disrespect if y'all are. If you are, and I give a wink. The guy who gave the little half look. No disrespect, sincerely. I'm
And when
thoroughly
you do
impressed,
that, when
honestly.
you direct
Yeah.
tension over the guy, the
Uh-huh.
commander kind of looks over at him, and there's no change in his expression, but the
Mhm.
eyes go wide for a second, and he looks down at his feet.
That was the goal.
I know it was.
Oh yeah.
By the way, we have a sweet tea special.
God damn it,
Numbers.
people!
I got no more
Numbers.
drink.
I swear to God, numbers.
I got
This
no
is
more
why we
drink
need
until
to
we go
go
to
ahead and
break.
go on our break.
We're
Yeah,
getting
we
ready
do.
to
Get
go
a
on
drink.
break.
Yeah, yeah.
But he says, if you guys want to take a minute, he says, we're preparing to set up your egress. And he says, like I said, they will wait for you and they will come pick you and wait for you to come back. He says, so give us about 20 minutes and we'll be ready to go.
Okay. Sounds good.
He's like, in the meantime, there's MREs. Get something to eat. Get some water in you. He's like,
I go.
Thank you.
get some. We have over the OTC stuff, ibuprofen, Tylenol.
Okay.
Take the edge off. He's like, and we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Get any caffeine tablets? Just caffeine
kinda-
tablets. Sincerely, caffeine.
This is the first
tablets.
time any expression breaks his,
Mhm.
thing. And he kind of smiles and he flows back the tent and he kind of like leans over and reaches inside of it to the left where the flap is.
Mhm.
And you hear a clunk, and he comes back up
Mhm.
and he tosses you a monster. And it's cold.
And I chug. I
Ew,
fucking
it's
chug.
cold.
I fucking chug. It like it's gone faster than it should be. It's so greedy with how fast I drink it. And then y'all do inevitably, of course, because of how that would work. I immediately and spit out about half of it. Fucking worth
Andy
it.
goes,
Fucking worth it.
you wouldn't happen to have Red Bull, would you?
He says, we only found monster.
That's fair. May I have one, please?
He distributes some monsters out.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back in about 10-15 minutes. We're going to get more drinks so numbers can continue to make our teeth float. So we will see you guys back here in about 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we run. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. Oh, 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 ever forget. We will never, never, ever forget. We will never, never, ever forget. Oh, 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 oh. We run, oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
Across the table from you once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And oh, 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 we run, oh, 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 oh. Forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. Oh, 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 oh. We run, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we rolled. A critical hit to the heart. We will never, never ever forget. 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 Oh, 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 oh. We run, oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
Across the table from you once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to get a level. And oh, 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 we run, oh, 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 oh. Forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. Oh, 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 oh. We run, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a
Making
Game.
my
Thank
way
you so much
downtown.
for Really?
I'm gonna hit you with a different thing every time.
Okay.
It's just a
So we have recharge drinks. Numbers don't. We have
Give us 10 minutes. Numbers 10 minutes of reprieve.
we have recharge drinks. We have taken breaks. We are back to finish this off right now. One thing I was going to say is, at Dinner and a Game, we are doing our best to try and create new content, and we're trying to bring people on to.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
We're trying to do things to be able to do things like bring on more content creators, and we believe in paying people what they're worth. In order to do that, we're going to be setting up a fundraiser for September for the entire month, where we're going to try and make a quarterly budget amount that we have targeted, literally for the amount of content creators we want to bring on and the amount of time, what we're going to be paying them, and for all the overhead that Dinner and a Game runs. We're looking at doing $10,000 raised. That's for a quarter of a year. So you can see how much it costs us to operate at the level we want to operate at if we're doing this as as an actual serious thing. Now, if we're going to be doing that, we're not just going to be asking you to donate funds. We're going to be doing things like we have merch that we're selling. Dinner and a Game has a website. It is dinnerandagame.net. Let me see what comes up when I hit merch now.
It's dinner game.
.net. Got it.
.net. Yep.
Yeah. So if you go to dinnerandagame.net, you will be able to access our store. And right now, I have printed out a bunch of these 3D dice towers.
Ooh.
These are the large ones. We do have a smaller version that I haven't printed out a lot of yet.
Gorgeous,
That
Ray.
is beautiful.
That is absolutely shiny too.
That's one.
Yo, Ray, my birthday's in October, homie.
Here's a different one. This one's got more bronze and brass in it, and golds.
Ooh, gimme.
And then
Maybe that'll change my dice luck.
it'll either do that or it'll curse you permanently. Then there's this one. It's pink
I want
and
that
purples
one.
and shiny.
I want
Yes.
that one. That is mine. That is my color palette. My guy.
I literally have two of these.
So I'm hearing is you're going to include both of those extras with my shipment of stuff.
Oh, there. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, that is really nice.
So we're going to be, you can actually buy these in our store. You can also get a bunch of other things we have printed out there. We have shirts, guys. The shirts. This one is when your GM smiles, it's already too late.
And I am modeling the official Dinner and a Game logo shirt, which says across the top, "We always save you a seat at the table." And on the back, I don't know what it says.
It just has a website.
And I was like, I didn't look. I got too excited and put it on and haven't looked at it because it came in today.
And Lissa has the. Oh yeah, you have the Intelligence of the Dumbstat hoodie.
Yep.
It's one of my favorites.
I
And
had to run to the other room because I knew exactly where it was. I threw it on the top of the couch earlier.
yeah, I love the fact that half your TikToks you're wearing it.
It's,
And my
it's perfect for because it's just the right temp,
Mhm.
not temp, thickness.
Yep.
So that if the house is just a little bit too cold for me, but it's perfect for Robert, I can just throw that on.
Yep.
And
that's
if
how
I get a
Jessica
little
uses
bit
hers,
too hot, I can throw it back off.
Yeah. They are very light. They're very nice. They're very soft.
Oh,
And-
this is the
Oh yeah, the
perfect
shirts are
shirt for me.
great.
I have so many texture issues with clothing that I literally buy shirts online only if I can find out what brand of t-shirt they use. There are only about 3 places I will buy from, other than some friends stuff, because if it doesn't feel great, it just goes in the closet and I gave them some money, but I only buy from a couple of companies for a reason, and this one is ideal. So for all my fellow Tistics out there, our merch is
He's soft.
Tistic friendly.
it's Tistic
It's
approved.
autistic
Just
friendly.
approved.
And my broke ass has nothing.
I still need to send you a shirt.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, you should also send him probably all the other things
yeah,
at the same
no.
time.
That is so much stuff that I still have to, I told Kelly last time we played that I found the box and that has all the printed minis in it. And then I was like, what did Kel win? And now
remember, I won almost everything. There's only
And I was like,
5 I didn't win.
Yeah, well, because you had the most amount of points because we're doing it on basically how often you got entries every single time you watched the show.
I think most of my entries were before I was a cast member, though.
Yeah, I know, because you're just in the audience. So yeah, it's pretty much Kel's got a shit ton of stuff, and everyone else is a little stuff scattered here and there. But
that's where all my dice luck went.
You still need to send me one of the little articulated dragons, Ray.
It's still in the same of those. I got a bunch of those printed out too. They're gorgeous.
They are. They're absolutely adorable too.
Yep. But you can order these stuff on our website. If you do that, every single dime of profit goes back into Dinner and a Game. We're not trying to make a shit ton of money off of this site. We're trying to be able to create more content, and we have to be able to reward people to come do content on our channel, because otherwise, why don't they just go do it on their own channel and get the rewards themselves? So, we have to be able to offer them something, and that is what we can offer them more than anything else, is a good pay for a good time. So if you guys want to help us out with that, like I said, we're not going to start the official fundraiser until next month, but if you guys want to pick up any merch, anything you pick up would help, and we would greatly appreciate it, and we can't thank you enough for doing it. In the meantime, let's get back into actually playing the game. Oh my god, I just saw the worst meme ever. It's a picture of a seagull, but it's got a mullet and a human ear, and it says Steven Seagal. It is the worst meme and the worst dad joke, all wrapped up into one horrifying, terrifying, horrifying picture.
Ray, have I told you why I hate seagulls with a burning passion?
Everyone hates seagulls. They're the most
No.
annoying bird on
There's
the
a
planet.
story, and there's a reason. If you look on Facebook from 2010, there are pictures tagged of me as a seagull.
You as a seagull?
Yeah, no. There's a story.
Okay.
So we went to San Francisco to sing with Chanticleer my senior year of high school with my chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And the first day we were there, we had just gotten off the airplane, so we were going to Alcatraz afterwards. And on the ferry, I had just ordered a fucking pretzel, and I'm getting a picture of the island as a seagull swoops down and steals the pretzel out of my hand.
Bastard.
You make it seem like that's a rare thing. Literally, I was at Corpus Christi Beach. And I was walking on the beach with some friends of mine, and we all had just gotten, I think we got Subway or some shit like that, and we were walking on the beach because we were poor. And so we were eating our Subway sandwich on the beach, and seagulls were flying down at everyone trying to take their sandwiches, right? And this is the nearest thing I'm going to admit to being a bad person. A seagull swooped down to grab my sandwich, and I punched the bitch.
I don't blame you. After that experience, I'd do it too. I had no remorse when I accidentally donked one with a rock at the beach not too long ago, a couple years back. I was like, You know what? No, you actually deserved that one. You were going for the rocks I was tossing. That's on you.
Oh, and numbers, yes. it does make a perfect box of doom because the edges are high enough that you can just hold it out for your players to roll in it, and they can just drop it in the top, and you can see it come right out the bottom, or you can just hand it to them because it's super light because it's 3D printed. So what we're going to do is, of course, jump back into it. For 20 minutes, I'm assuming, because they actually have food and drink and everything like that, you guys are actually going to take some time to actually get a breather, basically.
Yeah.
The time passes very quick.
Reload my pistol,
Pull some extra mags and stuff.
I mean, yeah, reload my mags that have been half empty because we've been kind of running and gunning for a while. Yeah.
You notice that no one really reacts to you, pulling out your gun, checking your rounds.
Yeah, they're not worried about me.
Yeah. Well, and so you as you guys are taking care of all that, the off the guy who was with the squad that picked you up. Oh, and by the way, the 12 men that you were with, there is at least 24 more men here at this site.
Okay.
And so as you get there, one of the guys comes up and he says, "All right," he says, we're going to take you to your transport." He says, it's the best way we can get you around without a high percentage chance of you getting seen. So what we're going to go ahead and get you there as in the easiest way we have found to get around the city. He says, "Do any of you have any problems with excess speed, rough terrain? Is there anything we should know, basically?"
Not particularly. I'm good. What about you?
Nope, I'm all good.
I mean, outside of my ankle being injured, like in the concerns from that, that's all I got.
Very well. And he says, "All right, you are going to head outside." And he said, go up the ramp." He says, "There's a couple of gentlemen waiting with a local vehicle. They're going to take you to where you need to be in order to catch your ride."
Catch a ride!
Okay.
Shazam! But anyway, sorry.
Cal got that reference.
Like, actually, what importantly has been a thing then? God damn it.
I think it was. I think Borderlands 1 was.
Hold on.
Borderlands what?
2009? First Borderlands?
Was that
Hold
the first
on.
Borderlands?
Yeah, the first one was released in 2009, so Catch a Ride would have been a ref.
Catch a ride!
I can see
How-
Andy actually saying that now.
How do I do that? I've never even played Borderlands.
So you guys are picked up in a vehicle outside of this parking garage, and as you come out of the parking garage, you see that you're basically outside of a shopping center. There you see a sign for an AMC movie center and stuff like that. So you're
Okay.
some kind of shopping mall, shopping center, something like that. You guys, the vehicle is like an old Jeep Cherokee. The guys get you in the back of the Jeep, and the two guys go in the front. They quickly drive you out and around to what is quickly becomes obvious is a canal.
Okay.
Sitting in the canal is an airboat.
Oh, I love these. I haven't been on one of these in probably, 15 years?
The guy gets up. The guy who's riding the passenger seat of the car gets up in the seat, and he says, "I'm gonna get you guys into the proper canal." He says, "We're gonna get up some speed, and then we're gonna coast the rest of the way in, so they don't know where exactly we're coming from. These things are louder than fuck." He says, "But it'll actually float for quite a long way on inertia."
Yep.
He says, "And we can actually go on land for limited distances too. So basically, it's an ATV."
Yeah.
He says, "So the initial ride's going to be bumpy to get there because we have to cross into several other canals, and that means we have to go across the grass or the gravel." He says, "But once we get to the spot to drop you off," he's like, "I'm going to cut the engine and coast the last like probably about quarter mile." He says, "And at that point, we're going to be going into Lake. At that point, we've transversed through Lake Pontchartrain." He's like, "The only thing I will warn you about is do not dangle anything outside the boat. There is always walkers in the water, and they're not fast, but they're aware enough that if something hits them, they will just bite or grab. And we're gonna be going fast enough to where if one of them gets a good enough hold on you, he's just gonna rip you right out of the boat.
I'm
You're-
not about that life. I'm okay with this idea. I'm gonna just keep my hands and feet inside the ride at all times, and
Gotcha.
I'm not tall enough for this apocalypse. Damn it!
So
Real quick, Lissa, you
You're
got
a
DC
little-
voice mod again.
burn that voice mod to the ground. So they drive you, and you quickly recognize, especially because you guys have seen it enough, you recognize Veterans Boulevard. Veterans
Yeah.
Boulevard has canals that go all the way through it, and these canals, like, they literally go underground in some places. They have these little ducts that they go through. But he drives across Veterans, and it's near Veterans and Lake Villa Drive, which is basically there's like it's basically like shopping centers for residential areas. There's like little restaurants and stuff like that all around, but there is a very wide, very deep canal that goes through this area, and you can see that the airboat is sitting in the water just inside the canal. The guy who's riding the passenger jumps out, and he gets you. You gestures to come to you to come in with him. You guys pile up into the airboat. He fires up the engine and just guns it and starts moving. He doesn't even really check if you guys are seated properly or anything like that. He just goes. Because once that engine starts up, it's just louder than fuck. You guys go shooting up the causeway. It may be wide, but it's only literally twice as wide as a city street. So, as he's moving through it, it's luckily very still because no current's coming really through it. And so he's bouncing along it, and he goes, the actual tributary goes through a tunnel underneath West Esplanada Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And then right at the end of it, there is that's where a levee juncture is. So at that point, he actually literally just hops the airboat over the embankment, because there's a kind of buildup of junk on either side of the levee thing. And he kind of rides up the junk, hits the grass, and then he drives around the levee thing and gets back into the water on the other side. And you guys move out into Lake Pontchartrain at this point. The boat just stays near the shore at Lake Pontchartrain, but it flies through. You can see walkers in the water, because Pontchartrain, up until you get like 100 yards from shore, Pontchartrain's like 7 feet deep at the most. So it's a very shallow lake. So you can see walkers, their hands coming up out of the water. Sometimes he's like knocking the heads off of them as he goes by. But yeah, he goes underneath the causeway, and he comes back in. Actually, he doesn't bother. He's not going to bother to use the intake. He comes back. He goes up onto the shore again and drives the airboat into another much smaller canal, going under several bridges. And he actually comes out of the He actually pulls the boat. He cuts the boat off right as he starts going from the wider portion of the canal, where it goes out from the dam, and it comes into the canal proper, where it narrows down. He actually cuts the engine there, and you guys are floating down, and you can see the bridge for Poplar Street as you guys are going with basically the inertia of the boat and the direction of the water's flowing. And you guys go down all the way to where you're pretty sure that Esplanada Avenue is. And you go under Esplanada Avenue. And as you go through, he stands up and he's putting his hands on the roof, and he's slowing the boat, and he's kind of hand over handing and moving the boat forward. And when he comes out on the other side of Esplanada, this is a residential area. Okay?
Give me real quick, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I was following us for a while here.
Mm-hmm. If you find Esplanada and...
Are we east or west of the community?
You are very much east.
We looking at Bucktown or West End?
Bucktown. It's actually south of Bucktown.
south of Bucktown. Oh, near like Bonnabelle Place area.
Hang on, let me zoom back out again. What was in news? Yeah, but it's actually a little bit.
What's my closest landmark, I should say?
That's what I was trying to look at. Esplanada and. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're definitely east of it by a ways. As you come into that, I'm trying to find you a good landmark, but it's all like houses. What is that? Oh, that's an apartment complex. Damn it.
Is it still Metairie or is it out near Kenner? Oh, wait, no, wrong way. That's west. Hold on.
Yeah,
My
you're
bad.
going west. No, it's basically Lakeview. Between Lakeview, it's a canal between Lakeview and Bucktown.
Where the fuck is
West End and Bucktown, to be honest.
Okay.
And
Where
it's,
the fuck is that?
yeah, and
Oh, I
he's-
see what. Wait.
and the bridge you're going on. Oh, actually, the bridge you'd be going under is Veterans Boulevard. I made a
Okay.
mistake.
Okay, let me find veterans again. I'm trying to figure out where we are now, too.
Yeah.
There's veterans. Okay, Bonnabelle.
And we're going to the east side?
Yes.
Yeah, the east side of that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
like
There's all the houses on the east side. They're basically mansions.
Bel Air, Silva,
Mm-hmm.
Marcia. Okay.
So he pulls, he pushes the boat underneath Veterans Boulevard, and he pulls up right underneath Veterans Boulevard on the southern side of Veterans Boulevard, on the right, on the east
Where the
side of
little
the bank.
That little concrete embankment is
Yes, and he
Okay.
basically the boat kind of slides up against that, and he says he kind of looks at y'all, and he's being quiet now, and he says, "So you're going to want to go into this housing area?" He's like, "If you go around this house right here at the corner and get onto the road there, I think it's called Bel Air or something like that." He's like, "If you go down 2 blocks," he says, "you'll hit Kenilworth Street." He says, "There is a house on Kenilworth, on the north side of Kenilworth." He says, "It is, I don't remember the address. I think it's 426. It is a low single-story white house with a black roof." It says it's like the 3rd or 4th house up the road. For the 4th or 5th house, actually. He says, "Oh, it's 426." It says, when you get there, it says that's the last good ping we had off of her locator.
Okay.
He says, and it was an active ping, which means she was trying to get someone's attention. Ours, hopefully. He says, "We do not know the state of the neighborhood. We were not able to case this out yet." He says, "But know that, number one, if there are any walkers, of course, a firefight is going to attract them. Number two, also know that at this point, if you start capping off rounds and you're not using silencers or anything weird happens, you're close enough that you're going to be heard."
Well, I've done tougher. You ready?
He says, "I'm going to wait here at the boat. I'm going to keep it ready." He's like, "The moment you guys get back into the boat, we're gone. I'm not even going to get any debrief or anything from you until we get back."
Real quick request. If we're going down that far into the neighborhood, could you possibly paddle yourself down to the next bridge? Get yourself just down there far enough, because if we need to exit quickly, that would be the best place for us to be. I realize we
Like, you
coasted
want me to
here.
go
and
down to
stopped here.
10? He
If
says,
you could
10 is covered in fucking walkers.
be real quiet, I don't know. It was a request, man. I mean,
No,
it was a
I'm just
request.
saying.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped here. He says, if they notice me in any way, shape, or form, they're gonna just walk off they're gonna fall off over the railing on 10.
That's fair. That's fair.
They're gonna make a fuck ton of noise.
Nothing too risky, man. I was just pitching an idea. Didn't think through the fact that, and I look up and I go, "Oh yeah, that is 10." As I can see, just cars piled up and walker heads just moving around, aimlessly.
Shuffling around, and
Yeah. bumping into each other.
because they're trapped in there.
Yeah, it's a graveyard of vehicles across I-10 and 610. So yeah.
And eventually, people got out of their vehicles because they were trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, and that was the end of that.
Yep. You know what? Okay. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
He's like,
I'm not from here, man. I'm
he's
getting
like,
my bearings
It's all
a
right.
little bit.
It's all
Yeah.
right. He says, if you want me to, I just don't want to be out in the open.
Nah, fair. Look, we have radios. We don't want to talk too much over the radio in case anyone else is listening. But
He says,
let's say I give you 3 clicks. I give him a station. I say station 13. If you have multiple, I'm sure you can.
yeah, no, we have multiple
Yeah.
sounds. He
Yeah.
says, normally we're radio silent on these type of missions.
I'm gonna give you 3 clicks if we find her, and I'll give you 4 clicks when we're heading back. Sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay. Sounds like random radio garbage to anyone else. Okay.
It's like, good luck.
You want to take point, Alex?
You're muted.
Yes. So I would say yes, but also for me, just make sure. So we're at the point where Veterans is about to meet up with Polk Street, right? Just before Louisiana, like where the 17th Street Canal is. Make sure I'm on the right part of the map.
No.
No, you were looking for between Veterans and I-10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Veterans Bridge goes over on the east side of the bridge is Bel Air Drive. It's it's all housing in this on the east side.
Bel Air Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I see like where Veterans kept going into Polk? Can I see 610 and 10 just south of that bridge on the 17th Street Canal?
Yeah.
If you zoom in far enough to see restaurants, look for Sunshine Cafe.
Where the fuck is restaurants? Okay, I'll figure it out.
For Sunshine Cafe.
It's right next to Desi Vega's Seafood and Prime Steaks.
Ah.
Okay, I was in the right spot. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, we're right at the we were right where I was looking at, because if you go
Where
further
you
east, and you see the Louisiana.
Bel Air and Shannon. Bel Air and Shannon is the neighborhood we're in.
Yep, now I see it now.
All right.
Okay, so do these places have fences? They do. They have walls. Okay. Not all of them, but several of them have walls between
Being
them.
that close to a canal, they definitely would have walls.
Well, I'm talking about between the yards is my thought here.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
So
But
you
if
guys
I'm taking a point, that means you're gonna have to carry Andy.
well, Andy can move
actually, Andy can walk. She just, it would be very difficult for Andy to run.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Yes, I'll start going in the direction we need to go.
down. Okay. I'd say for now, just melee weapons, guys. No need to get flashy.
So as you're walking through the area, all these houses are newer. Let me double check and make sure. I think they're all newer. Yeah, they range actually, and the architecture is incredibly eclectic. From replica plantations up to modern square block buildings.
Mhm.
It's very some of the houses are old, some of the houses are new. Some of the houses look like mini mansions. Some of the houses look like old houses from the 80s with carports. This is a very weird fucking neighborhood.
Okay, so well, I say we stay by the houses. Maybe we take. What do you think, Alex? We take stay along the canal until we reach about halfway down the block. Looks like there's a house without a wall. A little further down.
Yeah, it's about as good as bad as any.
I just don't want to be on the street if she's anywhere nearby. I don't want her taking pot shots at us. Oh, I would have asked before we left if there was a call sign we could give her to let her know
Oh
that we are with them and we're here to get her back.
Okay. She has a call sign themselves.
Well, I mean, like a
safe word.
Not a safe word, but a call and response that they would have to signal that they are that we're coming from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how World War II, you had thunder and flash.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I understand what you're saying. We hadn't actually set anything like that up with them, but they had their OP number, which you might have been able to find, so they probably wouldn't like that because you got into their house.
Well, I would have asked them directly, hey, look, if I get up to her, we have a little...
Because it doesn't really
here.
matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Her real name is Kira.
Kira, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I was trying to see if, hey, I could give her, basically I would have explained...
Yeah, they hadn't worked that out yet.
They hadn't worked that out yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, either real name works too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get on.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys begin heading down. You basically go in and cross over into the neighborhood. As you're crossing over to the neighborhood, you see that there's very few cars outside.
Yeah.
There's very little signs of any upheaval in this neighborhood. No cars crashed into buildings or, no dead bodies laying in the yards.
Yeah.
As you walk down the street, it's a pretty decent walk too. I said 2 blocks, but it's more like 4 city blocks long.
Yeah.
As you get down to to where the Kenilworth is,
Yeah.
as you get down to that corner and you look down the street, you can see that there is more obvious signs of some kind of activity on the street. The houses on the south side of the street actually butt up right against I-10.
Like against the frontage road,
Yeah, against the frontage road. But there is a wall between the frontage road and I-10.
Yeah.
Okay? And 426 is on the southern side, which is weird. It should be on the northern side because it's even, but yeah. It's 426 is on the southern side, and it's like the third house down on the right. Some of the houses here on the southern side, they burnt to the ground. And some of them have been there's damage on them, and you finally see the first signs of some kind of trauma. There's some dead bodies laying in the yard. There is all the way down to the other end of Kenilworth, where there's another street going north from it and a T-juncture. You can see that a car probably tried to take the corner too fast and flipped, and it's laying upside down in the yard of one of the houses down there. This obviously happened a long time ago, though. You can see that there's marks in the yard, there was a fire, the car caught on fire, and you see the car is a burnt shell.
Yeah.
And part of that house is partially burned down too at that corner. So this is the first signs you've seen of any type of upheaval in this neighborhood, but it's also the closest neighborhood to 10.
Yeah.
Closest street in the neighborhood to 10. So anyone who managed to escape off of 10 in this area probably would have tried to get into this neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm about to say the bodies on the ground. Do they look like they're just?
They've been picked apart.
Okay, so just didn't know if they're walkers.
You literally watch as a
sleeping
crow is
or...
eating on one.
Okay, cool.
Does everyone want to make a scout check and see if we can all notice anything?
Yeah, about to say I want to definitely scout around here.
Yeah, I want to do one too.
Sure, I'll do a scout. Do I get to use my talent along with it? What are we doing, per se?
We're actually
just trying to see what we see as we get closer to 426. Do we see any signs of movement in houses? I mean, I'm looking for movement.
Okay,
in
I was
houses.
asking
Whenever-
because like scavenger doesn't always apply.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm
wouldn't apply.
looking
It wouldn't
for-
apply on this one because you're looking for people, zombies, yada yada yada.
Yeah, that's why I'm.
I'm
Messy
clarifying.
success.
I'm focusing on like humanoid movement behind windows kind of thing, like
Mhm.
something not a walker, you know.
Got it.
Come
I'll say-
on, dice play nice. Hey.
And I would have been about the same, just like, you know, stuff that Alex would have taught in basic training, like whenever going through urban environments.
Yeah.
I got a messy success.
I got 3 successes.
All right.
Yeah. It was, and like I said, mine was 2 successes, but it was messy still.
Gotcha. So
Mine was 2 with
One
a
of my
messy as
successes
well.
was actually on my stress die. The
Mine
other
was-
2 are on my actual.
I had one stress success, of course, stress 1, and then a success on the other. So
Yep. So you basically, as you're going down the street, all you're kind of like on alert. Everyone's got weapons up. Everyone's tracking different locations. Well, like one of you is walking basically backwards, covering
Yeah.
the rear. And as you move up to the house, like I said, it's only 3 houses on the on the right hand side. As you're moving up to the house, you all, because of the sheer volume of successes, you all notice that the front door to that house is been. It pretty much looks like it's been kicked in,
Yeah.
and there is a body laying in the doorway, but it's inside the house. The feet are just sticking out the doorway.
Yeah.
And it's
So-
definitely not moving.
does
So
it?
I want to.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I want to go ahead and signal, you know, just even though we've all seen it, the signal being like, hey, body in the doorway.
Mhm.
And I want to switch to my sidearm and knife, and I want to move up closer, see what else I can see on the body, make sure it's not Mariana or just, you know, maybe someone who's happened to live here during the fall.
Yeah, it's not Mariana.
Okay.
It is a guy. It's a male. You can't really tell much more than a decent sized guy. He's wearing regular clothing, but he's kind of laying like sideways, sprawled out, like he fell down like this. And as you look sideways, he is wearing like a shitty Halloween animal mask, and his head, it looks like something like crowned him hard on his head because like some of his skull's actually caved in.
Okay.
Mhm.
And there is an empty holster on his right hip, and there is there's an empty holster on his right hip. He has a machete is on the ground, like kind of down the hallway a little bit, like it's skirted away from him. And it pretty much looked like he kicked the door in and someone was fucking waiting. And
Yeah, I'm about
just
to
brained him.
say, did it look like they brained him with the door, like they shut the door on his head, or they just domed him with whatever they could find?
Don't know.
Okay.
There's no big heavy blunt object laying around.
Yeah, I got you. I just figured I'd double check. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna sidearm. I'm gonna throw snack back, and I'm gonna basically do exactly what Alex does and sidearm with knife. You know, overhand, like very much the knife underhand,
Gotcha.
sidearm overhand. Yep. Andy, do you follow suit and mimic what we're doing? I feel like Andy's like gun. Oh.
And he's like, guns are nice. Actually, Andy, you're not
Andy
that high
definitely
anymore.
prefers guns to knives, but Andy will use knives for sure because, like, I definitely last time increased my close combat because we keep getting into these fights with up close and personal shit. So,
Yeah, one of the biggest problems
Andy currently has 5 for that pool.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems with walkers is they're usually pretty fucking quiet. They can actually sneak up on you if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
That's why everyone lives so paranoid in the Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, like what was his name in the first few episodes? Ed,
Yeah.
Carol's husband.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah. they actually did Carol a favor, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
not going to talk about that. We're not going
Nope.
to talk about Carol growing her hair out as the
Uh-huh.
show goes on.
Yep.
So you guys, as you come in, who's going first to the doorway? Alex.
And I'm
Yep.
gonna like do the canted from the side as you
Mhm.
move in, gun down, back up. Yeah.
So it's a long hallway that goes down into the house.
Mhm.
It opens up quickly, and you can see that on the right hand side of where you are there's a garage. So you're
Yeah.
going, the right hand side is garage. On the left hand side, the hallway goes down about 10 feet, and then there's a doorway on the left hand side, not a closed door, but an archway.
Yeah.
And in the through the archway, and it's like a 10-foot wide, 8-foot tall archway or archway. And on the left hand side there is a like a formal sitting area, but it's been pretty much trashed. You can see that there is at least one very old body on the floor in there.
Mhm.
Only two reasons you know it's old. Number one, it's wrapped up in a carpet. And number two, where the head is sticking out the other end of it, basically almost all the hair's fallen off of the skull and everything like that. So this probably happened way at the beginning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There,
As I cross that body, I am gonna like kind of take a look at it. Do I see any changing happening, or is it done?
It looks, you don't know because it's wrapped up in a carpet.
Not that one. Not that one.
Oh, which
The
one?
one at the-
No. Its skull has been bashed in.
Soul is bashed in. Hey, look, some of them. Sometimes you knock a motherfucker out and they bleed to death, and you don't damage the brain enough. So,
Oh no! I
Yeah.
said that his skull
oh,
is
so it's
caved in.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure.
but
no problem. Yes,
so
Alex.
after seeing all that, I'm essentially going to signal, going like, "Hey, we got the archway here, the garage here," and then second, I'm going to go check the garage, and then Coco and Andy can check the rest there, and I'll meet up there.
Yeah, the entrance to the garage is about another 10 feet down the right, and you can see that there's actually like the room ends there, and you can see at the end of the hallway to the right, it opens out into a big open living area, and you can
Yeah.
make out on the left that there's what looks to be an island for like a kitchen on the left hand
Yeah.
side. And as you go down that way and you go to the garage door is closed.
Yeah. So with the garage door closed, what I want to do is I just want to put my ear up against the door to see if I hear anything inside.
Mm-mm.
All right, and I just want to very slowly and as quietly as possible, just like not creak over, but like slowly open the door to be able to like peer in.
Okay. No lights. The garage
Yeah.
doesn't have any windows, like
Mhm.
on the garage door itself. So as you look in there, there is no sound. There's light coming in from around the garage door, the bleed of light,
Yeah.
but there's no real sound coming from in here. And there is one car in the garage. It looks like some kind of really nice sedan.
Yeah.
And it's sitting there, and as you're kind of looking at it, you hear a walker growl, but it's muffled.
Mhm.
And then you hear thumping on something.
Okay. Based on that, would be safe to assume that I could tell the walker is probably in the car, like it's thumping on the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
By the way, you guys do have flashlights.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah,
on my-
no, Andy very specifically also has like a crank flashlight.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
I
it's
have,
got batteries, but it also has a crank.
I have mine mounted on me. Yeah.
Actually, the vest I took off one of the reclaim, would they have been able to allow me to put the light on like the vest my character had before, or was it
Yeah,
just like a basic
it-
vest?
Most basic vests actually have that, because remember they have the L flashlight that
Yeah,
Standard
that's-
Army issue,
yeah.
and it just literally has a little hook that you can put on even a shirt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I would have had that as soon as light when I would clicked it, and probably
Yeah.
and again. I
So
went
you
through the
can
walk on
see
the
that
car.
there is a hose that's been typed around the tailpipe, and the
Mhm.
water hose goes
Yeah.
up and into the driver's window of the car, which is basically
Mhm.
rolled up all the way.
Yep.
And you can see that there are several figures inside the car.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna close that door right back up because they ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, as you're watching, you can see the slapping of hands on the window from the driver's
Yeah.
side.
Hearing the noise, I give you a look.
Yeah, I would have said. Yeah, I would
It
have
was
said.
like a
How many?
thumbs
How
up,
many?
thumbs down.
Could I tell the exact number in the car, or just
Look-
rough estimate?
There's at least 4.
Yeah.
You don't know how many are in the back seat, but you can see the back seat's pretty full, and it's a larger sedan, so there's at least 2 back there. There could be more, and there's definitely someone in the passenger seat. Oddly enough, it looks like the person in the passenger seat has their seatbelt on.
Okay. But yeah, but I'll just signal back to Coco, just saying, like, or actually, I'll probably just whisper at this point since
Yeah.
But they was saying like, roughly 4 dead.
Okay. Not worried about him.
And I'll just close the door right back up. And then,
Yeah.
were there stairs anywhere, or is this like
This is
a
a
one
single
It's a
story
single
house?
story house.
Okay. So I would have
I'm
gone
gonna-
more toward the island kitchen, as they probably went more the other way.
So as you come into the first thing you come into is the open living area, and as you look down to the right, there is another archway, just a regular hallway archway that's on the right hand side, and it goes down a little bit into like towards like on the back of the garage, and then you can see that there is a doorway at the end of that hallway, and it turns and goes down about 10 feet down, and then it turns and goes basically southwards.
Okay.
Or- yeah.
So before going back down that way, I want to still kind of circle back toward the archway where Coco and Andy were, because I think at this point it'd be smart to meet up before we move down that hallway, just because of the doors.
So as you turn around, remember I said the kitchen was a little further down.
Mhm.
You can see that there is where the kitchen is where you look at the kitchen. You can see that there is actually another hallway. There's like an extended wall that blocks it off for some reason, and the hallway comes out into the kitchen on the other side of the hallway you just came down, and it goes. The hallway goes down a little bit, and you can see that it turns to the right, and kind of just disappears down to the right side.
Okay.
So basically, it's a hallway to the right and to the left.
So when I see that again, I'll still double back towards Coco and Andy, because we'll make sure we clear at least the parts we have seen first before going back down hallways.
And you don't see any signs of like any living activity here. There's plenty of dust and everything like that. It hasn't really been. There's been some movement, but there's not a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, as we're moving through, do I see, because with that kind of head wound, whatever they hit them with is going to have blood on it. Do I see any traces of blood?
Yes.
Or does it look like, okay, which direction does it go?
It goes down the hallway, and then at the end, like kind of where Kel was looking around the hallways, at the end of the hallway, you can see that it looks to be like a kitchen towel
Mm-hmm.
that is like covered in blood and like tossed on the floor in the living room.
Okay. Do I see the possible object that was used? Anything big and heavy? No? Okay. I kind of give you a little 2 fingers look at that. Okay. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. Not super loud, but just loud enough. Kira. Look, Kira, if you're in here, we came from your friends. They want us to get you back safe.
You hear to the kind of the left, but it's kind of weird because you're down the hallway a bit. From to the left, like towards the kitchen, you hear like the sound of a doorknob turning
Mm-hmm.
and the sound of a door
Slightly opening.
slightly opening. And you hear a voice. You hear a very familiar voice,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, "It says, who's in charge?"
Did I get his name? I would have gotten his name. No.
Nope.
He
Everyone
didn't.
just addressed him as Commander. Did you ask for his name? Because remember, they're wearing no name tags.
I would have like as part of the getting her name, that kind of thing, to get to verify. I would have asked for his name. Yeah.
His name is Commander Dodge.
Commander Dodge, all your friends in black armor,
She
guys
says,
with the taser rifles, all that shit. They want us to get you back safe.
I'm
I
coming
can roll-
out.
About to say, I can roll a leadership or a manipulation, whatever one.
Go ahead.
you want.
Actually, it's a
I
good
will.
idea. Roll me. Which one do you want to roll? You're not really
I'm-
being manipulative, so I'd probably say it's leadership.
I did specifically say they want us to get you back safe.
I'm pretty sure it's
And then,
That's what I said. So leadership then.
And then to kind of help with that, I would chime in going, "You've heard my voice. You've seen me because we know you had cameras in that bunker. I was the one that tried to stop everyone from killing you. So you know we're not here to hurt you."
And he goes, I mean, like, why would we try to kill the person that's trying to figure out how to cure this bullshit? It doesn't make sense. Bless
I
you.
got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Mhm.
All right. So you hear someone kind of coming down the hallway. Have you guys moved like out into the living room area?
I'm keeping myself like to where if they were to pull, I could move out of the way, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure I can see, but then if they go to pull a gun, I can move out of the way to not get hit immediately.
Gotcha. So you see her kind of like, you see someone look around the corner. You recognize it's Mariana right away.
Yeah.
And she kind of sees all of you, and she says, "Put your weapons down."
Knife holstered, gun holstered. Put yours away too. Sign a good
And
thing.
he is going to put the weapons away, but also very clearly indicate that they're going to keep their hand near the weapon just in case there's any walkers. Because we know for a fact there's the 2 walkers in the car.
At least
Yeah.
4 walkers in the car, but
Yeah.
they have to learn how to use a door handle first.
But just in case, you never know, they might get lucky by accident.
So she actually, her head darts back around the corner,
Mhm.
and she kind of like, she steps out into the open hallway of the kitchen.
Mhm.
She's got that. Remember, she had Mac 10.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
had a
got-
second one. Okay.
Yeah, she's got a Mac 10 in her hand, but it's not pointed up.
Yeah.
Her other hand is kind of like holding onto her side,
Mhm.
and she's kind of like looks at you all, and she says,
Bit or cut?
"What?
Bit or cut?
This is a shot."
Shot. Okay. Okay.
She says, "I got the
Understood.
bleeding stopped," and she says, "And I don't think it hit. Well, if it hit my kidney, I'd be dead already."
Okay. Well, you want anything for it? I got some. I'm gonna approach you if that's okay.
And she says,
I've got some
How
low dose painkillers. I've got some gauze. I can at least get you wrapped up as
Yes.
best as possible.
"Yes,
how
this."
tall is she?
Mariana was not very tall. She's taller than you because you're tiny, but she's only like 5'4".
Andy pulls out one of the shirts
Mm-hmm.
from the that they snagged from the nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
And like goes to pass it to her. Here, probably don't want fresh blood on you.
Just go.
Well, I was going to say, as everyone's trying to move closer, I was going to say, give me the stuff. Let me execute since I'm the medic.
Understood.
Mariana says, "Medic.
Okay.
I have a PhD."
Does she have?
But no,
But
she
she
actually
has-
has bandages on a wound
yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Okay. Does she go to take the shirt from Andy?
Yeah, because her shirt is actually soaked.
Okay.
So she, like,
does
pulls
she
her
take it with? Does she put the Mac 10 down to change? She would have to, honestly.
Yeah, she has to. It's too big for her to
Okay.
slip it through anything. So yeah, she kind of walks over to the island,
Mhm.
which is walking closer to where Andy is, and she kind of she takes the she puts the Mac 10 down. She pulls the shirt off over her head.
While she's pulling the shirt off over her head, I grab the 38 out of my fucking bag and shoot her in the fucking head.
You shoot her in the head.
Uh huh. her bag. I'm guessing she has her bag on her as well with all the data. No bag.
There's no
Then
bag.
Then I do not. I give it a second. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, that's fine. She stashed it somewhere. I'll figure out where, and then I'm gonna fucking do it. Just letting everyone know that's what's happening here. And I have a feeling Andy might be going for the same thing because they also have a 38 on them.
Actually, Andy legit is like, why am I going to kill the fucking person trying to cure the zombie virus?
Oh, I still hold her in the illest contempt for what she did.
So
Andy's not friends with this bitch,
Yeah.
but Andy also fully recognizes that maybe we shouldn't fucking kill her for the greater good.
Well, I mean, her data's more important than she is.
Yeah,
Just
but
inner thought here. We'll discuss it as being on what
Inner
happens
thought.
here. Yeah,
But at the end of
Okay.
the day, there are not many people who can interpret said data.
that's fair.
Left.
That's fair. I am a person of impulse.
so
Yeah, apparently.
she puts the shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
She picks the MAC-10 back up and she
Mhm.
says, "Do you have a vehicle? I didn't hear anything."
One of your guys has an airboat. He's on the other side of the neighborhood. We're taking the airboat, going back out, taking the canals down to y'all's command base.
She says, "Lead the way.
You got your shit?
I've got my shit."
Okay. 'Cause they said that they needed to make sure that whatever the fuck you do, that you have it. So, okay,
I have it.
let's go.
I was gonna say, if as we're getting ready to leave, I was probably turn to Coco and be like, one of us should be in the rear, one of us up front, just because we got 2 wounded people.
Okay, I'll take the rear. You
Yep.
lead. Looking
So-
her over as she was changing, do I see anything that would indicate she has something stashed on her?
She took her shirt off. She has nothing on.
Nothing.
She has
Not
a
like-
MAC-10. She doesn't have a bag. She doesn't have anything. Oh, she has like one last clip for the MAC-10 shoved in her
Yeah.
back pocket.
Okay. Any other bulges in pockets? Anything that might indicate something down? What kind of pants is she wearing?
She's like wearing capris.
Capris, and so like no, I can't see anything like on the
Yeah.
thigh. Nothing.
Yes.
I know what I would do if
Yeah.
I was her.
Yeah. Me too.
Memorize it.
And that
No.
that too. But she's fucking injured. Where the
Yeah.
fuck would you hide a USB except
Mhm.
those goddamn bandages?
Mm-hmm. That's my thought too. Yep.
I'm
Okay.
just saying, or like an SD card or whatever it happens to be, because while we weren't using micro SDs on a regular basis yet, SDs still existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
At the
really
very
easily
minimum-
concealed under bandages.
And at the very minimum, USB sticks already had high capacity at that point.
Yeah.
So
Which side is she injured on? Her left or her,
her left
right?
side.
Her left side. Cool.
Mhm.
I'm gonna kind of like as we're
And the
walking,
bandage is soaked.
You can put it in a plastic bag.
Mhm.
I
No,
said
no,
you
no.
can
I'm
put it-
saying she has a.
Yeah. She has a soaked bandage. I understand. I'm gonna walk up beside her and I'm gonna like swing. I'm gonna like kind of go to like swing my bag. I'm gonna
Mhm.
get close enough. I want to accidentally tap her side with my bag.
Oh, make me a roll. Which one is that going to be? That's the close combat one.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Uh huh.
And I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you want some water?" And I'm gonna like do it absent, like make it look like I'm just, oh shit, sorry.
You want some water? Whoops! I killed you.
That is 2 success. Oh, yeah, 2 successes on my regular, and a success on my stress. So 3
Alright,
successes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're pretty deft at it. You know, you
Yeah.
accidentally swing it around.
Oh no!
You bap the bag right into the wound,
Mm-hmm.
and she just like, ah, fuck you.
Oh, I'm so fucking sorry. My bad. Like, oh, fuck. I just wanted to see if you wanted some water. I am so sorry. Look, it's been a long fucking day. You good?
I'm fine.
You're fine? You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Sincerely, I'm sorry, Kira. That's on me.
I say, hearing that and also just seeing again still how soaked the bandage is, I'm going to offer to help switch out the bandage just to make sure the bleeding actually is stopped.
Fine.
Let's take a second. Okay.
Yeah, she lets him. She doesn't
Okay.
object to it. It was
Okay.
hard. It was hard enough for her to get that fucking bandage on by herself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want to go ahead and
She has a
just,
through
take
and
the bandage
through
off.
on her
Mhm.
left side, about 2 inches above her hip. It is, you know that it's basically just through the actual muscle and probably didn't hit anything internal organs wise.
Yeah.
It looks like she used clotting agent on it in some way, shape, or form, because the wound seems like it's packed with something.
Oh, that fucking hurt like a motherfucker.
Which also,
You would know.
yeah, which
Wait,
also,
what?
which
Hurt?
also, yeah, which also means that she had some kind of med kit, because she
Yeah.
has a real bandage, and she is
Yeah.
wrapped with real tape.
Okay.
So she had shit. She just doesn't have it on her right now.
Anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once I get that off and I check the wound to make sure it was actually plugged right and all that.
It is bleeding again, but it's kind of seeping. It's not bleeding
Okay.
because like he bashed it with a bag. So
Yeah. So I want to go ahead and for my own kid grab some more. I'm not going to use any like the clotting stuff like we did on Andy when they got spanked by a bush.
Yep. All you
but
gotta
I
really
wanna-
do is like probably pack the wound heavy and tape it hard so it gets
Yeah,
pressure on
that
it.
was the plan. Is just like literally just grab like whatever I had in the bag to help pack it and then just tape it down hard.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
like,
Is that going to be a roll or
yes, no, it's a roll.
Okay.
And she
medicine? I'm
is,
assuming, right?
and she, yeah, and so she is basically kind of like just gritting her teeth, but like you have to be kind of rough with it to get the bandage pressure on there, and so she's just like, and she's like just gritting her teeth and trying not to yell.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
making sure to be out
what I
of
would-
sight, and I'm just smiling.
What I would probably do too is before starting to do the packing part, I'd probably take my belt off real quick and give it to him that bite on to help with
Gotcha.
it for that part,
Gotcha.
and then go that. So let me go ahead and do the rolls. It's gonna be 8 dice. Please no mess ups. Mother fucker.
What? I gotta see this.
No successes in a mess up.
Wow. Holy shit. You know what? Wait. I got this. I got
Why,
this
won't it let me
completely.
why can't I push the roll though? That's the weird part.
I got
It's
this.
because you had no successes and you messed up on your
I thought
There's
you were
no,
allowed to push
there's no way,
regardless.
no, there's no way to push
if you,
on
if
that.
you
Okay.
mess up on a stress dice, you can't push it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap for the evening.
I get stressed for that too, don't
Yes, you get stressed.
I am broken again for the
Good
third
job.
time.
Hey, real quick, does she
Oh,
just start to bleed profusely?
No,
Oh.
I'm going to.
What's the
Dude,
fucking roll I gotta
okay.
make now?
Oh God. Oh, God.
Okay, when you're trying to handle
Because
your-
no, this is gonna be fucking great because Alex is breaking on this roll. I'm going to cause a flashback.
Oh, okay. Okay. So next episode starts with a flashback. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
All
so
right.
wits. So I need to roll wits or empathy. Let's go ahead and do that while we're still on here, just so people can see how screwed I might be. So it's it's gonna be 3 dice either way. So because thankfully the stress dice aren't added to this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
By the way, I do have the dice window up on this.
1 success. I don't
That's
break.
all you fucking need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed everything. Guys, I hope you guys had a good time. Kel,
I had a blast being.
I had a great time.
I was like,
Not
Kel,
as good
I'm
of a time as I could have had.
I'm so fucking sorry. Kel.
I'm probably gonna die from this. Not from the break, not from the roll itself, but the consequences that will occur.
It's gonna be interesting. Anyway,
That's why I was like, Andy is very specifically keeping an eye on that fucking door. Because
Kel,
of Cal.
I'm pretty sure we were already outside by this point.
no, you're still
I know,
inside because
but
you're
I'm
changing
saying-
the wound in the kitchen.
Well, yeah, but I thought
Because of
I thought we were already walking by the time Coco started off.
No,
because
because when she said, "All right, lead the way," that's when Cody grabbed his bag and turned and smacked her.
Okay,
You're still
I thought
inside
it was
the
already
house.
when we were
So I
outside.
was-
Either
I was
way,
saying
wouldn't have
that.
changed the action.
Yeah.
Well, Kel, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
Yeah, start with me with that one. You guys can find me on Twitch and TikTok under the same, which is Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me every Monday over on the Halfling Wizard Productions for either Windriders of Aria, which will be this upcoming Monday. It's a Surge teacher. Excuse me again. Which is a Surge TTRPG. It's a brand new sandbox TTRPG. It's really fun to play. Opposite Mondays of that is going to be Orlea Origins, which is a 5e campaign. And again, god dang. Every other Wednesday, you can find me also on Halfling Wizard Productions for Roguelite, which is a short shot campaign I'm a part of. And when that concludes, you'll find me on my own channel for 2 new games I am starting. One is a Theros campaign, which is D&D 5e. The other one is my own Surge campaign, which I am still looking for players for the Surge one. Every other Friday, you can find me here for Jazz Funeral, where apparently I am just... the dice will never love me. But then you can also find me on the opposite Fridays on my own channel, where I run a Stargate 5e campaign. And then before I forget to, here shortly every other Thursday, also on Halfling Wizard Productions, you can find me for Reign of Vecna, which will be a 5e campaign I'll be a part of as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Geek Girl Alyssa, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
Hey, you can find me on all the places with the buttons as Geek Girl Alyssa. Primarily TikTok, Twitch, and Threads. And you can also find me every Wednesday over on twitch.tv/Beggar Street for currently our Demigods game, where I'm playing Imogen Ebb, our muse, and I'm living for the rivalry between Jackson and Imogen. It's fucking hilarious. Last time we had like a fight over this devil mask. And Imogen very clearly like feels like Jackson is thinking less of her, but he apparently is like, no, I trust you. But like, does he really?
Does he really, though?
But yeah, I'm having a blast with that. It's a fucking hilarious game. You guys should stop on by on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time for that. And then obviously I'm here every other Friday, and yeah, do the things and the exciting.
Excellent, thank you. And finally, Hipster, where can we find you on the Massive interwebs?
You can primarily find me over on TikTok as the Hipster GM. That is the _Hipster_GM. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram. I just don't do shit there. But yeah, you can find me there. Maybe I'll start using that. Actually, I'm working on a new cosplay now, and as I work on that, I'll probably be posting some stuff on Instagram. So look forward to that.
Absolutely. And you can find Dinner and the Games links also in our chat right now, along with these other marvelous creators. Remember, the biggest thing you can do for any creator is just give them a like or a follow. So if you could do that as a favor to me, give these people a like or a follow, because it's the biggest serotonin boost we could possibly get, knowing someone's willing to take that little bit of extra time and show us that type of love and support. If you want to support Dinner Game in any other way, of course, as we said earlier, we have our merch, like our pink and fuzzy dice towers of doom, which you can find on our merch shop, which is at dinnerandagame.net. We also have shirts there and other attire for Dinner and a Game that has stuff like our mottos and logos and other memes that are made famous by the internet that we have translated into shirts. If you want to rep Dinner and a Game, we also have our Dinner and a Game branded shirts. All our shirts are technically branded because we have our logo on the back with our website. But if you want to support us, that's one of the best ways you can, because it lets you get some cool stuff and it lets us get some funds to help run the show. And if you want to do anything else for us, of course, we are a partner with Many Worlds Taverns, so you can get a discount with Many Worlds Taverns. And you can get 10% off your order using the link in chat right now. And if you use a discount code Dinner in a Game at checkout, you get we get 10% of your entire purchase. So it's just a way for us to help promote an incredible ethical company that makes incredible coffees and teas, and it's a way for you to get some really cool stuff and help us out as well. If you guys want to do any of that, that's wonderful. If you just want to show up and watch us play these games, that's even more wonderful, and we cannot begin to thank you enough. Right now, what we're going to do is on Twitch, we're going to raid out into someone else's stream, which means we're going to take our audience, jump into their audience, tell them hello. But the first thing you do before you tell them hello, refresh your screen. We do this because we like to grow communities and we like to help out other streamers. And the best way you can do that is to boost their analytics. And you do that by making sure you're giving them a fresh view. So all you gotta do is refresh the window when you get there. It'll reload, the chat will reload, and you'll be counted as a new viewer, and that will help them out quite a bit. Also, if you want to, give them a like and a follow as well if you want to. Everyone who creates content does so usually because they love to do it. We would do this no matter what, because it is what we love to do. And we want you to be able to enjoy it whenever you can. And to do that, you need to take care of yourselves. So please do what you can, wear a mask when you can, social distance where you can. We want you to have all your spell slots available so you can join us as often as you possibly can. At Dinner Game, we always save you a seat at the table. We hope you can join us as often as you can at that table. And we hope you guys had a great time tonight. And we will see you next time on Jazz Funeral.
And it's probably gonna be Alex's funeral.
Also, I need that.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to get a level. And we roll. And we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget.